I'm appreciative of that. Broden says the tide is changing. New mindset, my man. Yeah. And I just wanted to kind of open this today and say this. Welcome home.
Bearcat Ball.
Stole that shit.
I'm not poor. I'm not unhappy. My wife's back. She didn't leave me. I'm eating healthy. I have muscles now. I am going to ask for contributions, and you're gonna like it. You're gonna like it. You're gonna like it. I am going to make money, and you're gonna like it. You're gonna like it. The trolls are so fucked. How much more do you need to cope and try to rationalize out that's true, say it's not true? Okay, shall we continue? I mean, I could do it all day, but you're gonna be crying in bed. What if someone calls Kat fat, or is it different because she has medical issues that cause her to gain weight? She's not fat, you fucking retard. She's not. I'm not poor. I'm not unhappy. My wife's back. She didn't leave me. I'm eating healthy. I have muscles now. I am going to ask for contributions, and you're gonna like it. You're gonna like it. You're gonna like it. You're gonna like it. I am going to make money, and you're gonna like it. You're gonna like it. This is the maximum flex. I'm not poor. I'm not unhappy. My wife's back. She didn't leave me. I'm eating healthy. I have muscles now. I am going to ask for contributions, and you're gonna like it. And you're gonna like it. 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 She's not fat, you fucking retard. She's not. The trolls are so fucked. I mean, seriously, why are people so intent on telling me that I'm wrong and I'm doing everything that I do in my life wrong? Okay? Why?
Bearcat Ball.
Stole that shit.
I will do what I want, how I want, when I want, how I want, when I want. And you like it, do what I want, how I want, when I want, how I want, when I want. Do what I want, how I want, do what I want, when I want, do what I want, how I want, do what I. Because I'm ESP and I'm a comedian. It doesn't matter what I say. It doesn't matter what I do. It doesn't matter how I act. It doesn't matter if I make a mistake or if I do something funny and great. It doesn't matter if I act well or if I misbehave. No matter what I do, people clown on me. Okay? No matter what DSP does, it's never good enough. Okay? Therefore, if I choose to do something, I can fucking do it. It doesn't matter. No matter what I do, everyone's gonna say it's wrong anyway. I'm the master of my own destiny. I will do what I want, how I want, when I want, how I want, when I want. I'll do what I want, how I want, when I want, how I want, when I want. I'll do what I want, how I want, do what I want, when I want, do what I I will do what I want, how I want, when I want, how I want, when I want. And you like it,
god. How can you kill a god? Grand and intoxicating innocent
spells.
Hello? Oh, hello. Welcome to the Saturday morning style Atlas stream. I hope you're doing what you want, when you want, how you want. And hopefully you want to be here with me for my super cool and robust Atlas style gardening update, as we're going to do first thing. Because I think I told you guys either Echo. No. Anyway, I think I told you guys a week or 2 weeks ago now that I was having my cherry tomatoes outside in the garden that were they were only ripening like 1 or 2 at a time, which doesn't make for a meal, makes for a very, very light snack. But this past week, we had handfuls of cherry tomatoes all ripening at the same time. So Thursday, we got to make a delightful fresh caprese salad, absolutely delicious. Very much worth taking the 5 seconds it takes to water them. Absolutely worth it. Delicious. More green peppers, prospering and being eaten almost immediately. They barely make it in the house. A bountiful, great harvest, of course. And then I also spent a vast majority of my week playing Crusader Kings 3. I also think that I told you guys a week or 2 ago that I had a playthrough going. I was trying to bring back the dead dwarves, the Dwemer, if you will. I started out in Solstheim. I'm trying to revive the culture, revive the religion, and it's actually been going well. I did run into a major speed bump in which everything went to shit, and I tried my best. I couldn't salvage it. I called it quits there. I came back this week. I ran the load. I ran the timeline back 20 full years, losing quite a bit of progress, actually. But we're way up. Guys, we are making huge progress. I've got pictures. Okay, this is how ready I was for this. Nobody wants to listen to me talk in real life about CK3, so I'm going to tell you guys. All right, so you can see this is the map we have here, full-size map of the Elder Kings 2 mod. Yes, save's coming. It's a single-player game. I'm going to do what the fuck I want, okay? This playthrough's like fucking 30, 40 hours at this point. I'm going to get it how I live. But anyway, here's the map. You can see Alinor is quickly becoming a problem. Hate me high elves, simple as. But I have circled the section that I owned at the time. I was a tributary to the great house Telvanni. They outnumbered me so greatly that I really didn't have a choice. So I was under their thumb. But I owned Solstheim and the islands to the north of Vardenfell there that I've circled. Here is image 2. So this was another major gain. Okay, I broke off from House Telvanni. I got out from under their thumb. I instead put Eastern Skyrim and what is the Ashlands under my thumb instead, paying me big fat money, shekels that I've never seen before. I was rolling in it. I couldn't spend it fast enough, to be honest with you. Yath is new to you? Well, it was not originally called Yath. Those are the Yakutan Islands, but the Yath dynasty has taken them over. I don't know who those people are. They might not even be real. Literally fictional characters. But anyway, so huge gains. They were paying me big fat money, so much so I couldn't spend it fast enough. But obviously, I need more real land. Paying me money is not enough. I want all of the gains, okay? So my character died after 220 years on the face of the planet. So I lost 1 tributary in Eastern Skyrim, and I actually let the Ashlanders become independent because I had huge ideas, okay?
What a grand and intoxicating innocence.
I was going to take it for myself. So as you can see, I've circled all of the areas that I now own that are actually mine. No more tributary nonsense. I'm absolutely coming for your souls. I even own dumb goofy shit in the southern Skyrim region where the Rift usually is. That's mine now too. They don't know what's coming. My troops are absolutely insane. The only people that can even stand a chance are those goddamn high elves, which as you can see, I'm now touching borders with. It's getting crazy. But luckily, my family loves me and they own all of the counties that I don't. My religion is going ape shit. Everyone loves it. And my troops are honestly godly. Once you get enough Dwemer Centurions, there's basically nothing they can do to stop you. But that's my CK3 update. I've spent so much time staring at maps this week, you'd think that I'm severely autistic. And maybe that's the case. Maybe that's what it takes to be a big CK3 enjoyer. I am touching tips with the high elves. It's true. It's true. Before we get into the DSP stuff, this is the end of the Atlas segment. That's literally it. That's all the update you're getting. Big ups to Infamous, who during the intro did his 14-month message saying, let's get some gardening magic cards open. And we did. We opened those goddamn cards right off of the bat. And thank you to Turd Shirt Daily for becoming a member of the 60 Skulls. Big ups. And you were here bright and early, finally making a stream. Big ups. I'm glad you could. Now we get into the guy stuff. And to no one's surprise, this week, we talked about Pokemon cards. I hate to tell you, it was inevitable. We were always going to bring them up. We actually opened so many different varieties of cards. It's actually insane. But we're not going to start with that. Instead, we have to start by talking about spoons. And not the spoons that you're going to get mailed to you eventually, still waiting, so that you could eat the shit out of his ass. But instead, spoons, the moderator, okay? Because it always comes back to the classics. You got to wait for VLC to open. I'm sorry.
So,
here we go.
Answered your question there. Here's the truth. I don't have a lot going on this morning to talk about. So what I'd like to do is just open up the chat to Q&A. I'll say one quick thing about the Kick chat. All right. So here's the deal with Kick chat. And by the way, everyone who's spamming is about to get timed out. So as you guys know, my biggest restreamer on YouTube got banned from YouTube about a week and a half ago. Since then, people who troll me are very upset.
They're
constantly misbehaving. They're going crazy in the.
They're misbehaving like school children. This is how, teachers talk about elementary school kids. This is how moms and dads talk about their young ones. They're misbehaving.
Various chats, etc. The problem was 2 of my moderators on Kick basically got unmodded and banned because they joined in this bandwagon last week when.
An action that everyone hated. Like it's a Telltale game. Everyone disliked that Raw got removed.
The restreamer got banned. Okay. So I said, that's it. You're not mods anymore. And they got, removed and they're not there anymore. So basically I've had no moderators at all for a week and the Kick chat has been completely out of control and everyone knows
out of
it.
control.
You go to the Kick chat's like, oh my God, it's moving a mile a minute. You got people spamming. You got people saying disgusting, harmful things constantly.
Disgusting, harmful things like I'm bad at games and I'm greedy and my wife is fat. Just awful things, harmful things that could get you killed.
But I'm not going to be able to control it.
It's super harmful
myself when I'm streaming.
It's honestly a choking hazard,
right? So 2 days ago or 3 days ago, Spoons, who you guys remember, is the guy who actually suggested the stuff about Pokemon trading cards to begin with months ago. He was the one who said, hey, you can.
So we can blame Spoons for this, by the way. I missed this watching it the first time through. I was gonna not champion for Spoons, but I wasn't gonna take a negative stance on him. But the fact that he has brought this godforsaken Pokemon plague onto my house is insane. Spoons, you're dead to me.
Get it from the site and stuff like that. He emailed me and said, hey, I'd like to offer my services as a moderator. I know that you're not looking for over moderation or whatever, but you have none now, and it would be great to at least.
Yeah, Spoons is the biggest Atlas detractor. True.
Have me in there to stop spam and the harmful stuff when it happens. And I said that's great, and understand. I know right now it's really bad, but just stop the massive spam. Just do some basic moderation, set up some polls, stuff like that. That would be good stuff for the chat right now. Great. Okay. So he did it for like 2 days. The first day, he did a good job. He was doing polling and stuff. People liked it. People were using their channel points or whatever, and it was fun. And then yesterday, I think it was only the second day that he was a mod. It could have been his third, but I think it was like his second day as a mod. So we're doing Friday Night Fights, right?
The time he needs, moderation the most. Friday Night Fights, where he totally can't look at the chat because he's too focused on the game, you see. It's important.
The entire chat, as I'm playing fighting games, is insanely toxic on Kick.
Now, what do I mean by that?
Disgusting, vile insults, horrible things are being said, and the chat is flying mile a minute with trolling. He's just sitting there doing nothing.
He's not doing anything, this fucking guy who volunteered his time for absolutely free and really has no reason nor contract to actually do anything.
Literally, and
Bro could just be trying. I just knocked something over. He could just be trying to enjoy the stream realistically. He could actually just be on his phone, not wanting to moderate, and just watch the stream and move on with his night, you know, get back to it tomorrow type shit.
Looking, because I'm thinking, is he not there? No, he's there.
Have I played Star Dynasties or Stellar Monarch? No, I've never even heard of those things.
He's been sitting in chat the whole time. He didn't moderate at all.
Do I need to be put on?
Ignored it all, which is the whole point of me moderating him. Like, there was no reason for me to make him a mod if he was just going to sit there and not moderate at all.
But he did moderate the first 2 days. Is he not allowed to ever just not moderate? Look, like, that's a genuine question. Are moderators on every other content creator streams expected to never just enjoy the stream once in a while, but they always have to moderate? Is that the expectation?
All right. So I spoke up and I said, Spoons, why are you not
moderating?
moderating?
I spoke up.
Like,
I spoke out.
How bad the chat is right now.
I had to get in front of this injustice, you guys. I had to speak up.
You the mod that you could moderate chat and stop and shut it down when it gets crazy. Because right now it's absolutely insane. Like, no one could rationally talk in the chat last night.
A guy with long hair is telling us if Phil paid attention to chat, Spoons told Phil he was on his phone and the chat was going too fast for him to mod. But that's exactly what the type of shit that I'm getting at. Like, if that's true, this looks terrible for DSP. Not that anything ever looks good on him because he is a gouty little ghoul monster, but there's no... This just isn't reasonable. This is completely whacked and fucked. Whack fuck. A favorite game of mine. Thank you, Jordan Fadeaway, for the 2. Saying, hey, unpaid mod, do your job. You get it? Banned. Exactly. Completely irrational. Thank you, Jordan Fadeaway, for the 2. And 600D, 60D, no. Thank you for the 5. Saying, discussing this dude's mod performance like he's a probationary employee at Target on Black Friday. He had no professionalism, no urgency. Exactly. These people are unpaid, doing it what we'll call out of the kindness of their hearts. And if you don't do it for such a brief amount of time, that's not even an entire night stream, you're instantly berated and told to basically fuck off, get banned, and that you were always a troll secretly. Like, you might as, if you're gonna get punished for the crime, you might as well do it, you know? Thank you, 600D, for the 5. I appreciate it.
Because the trolls were there so bad spamming, right? So then I go back to playing and I go back, oh, he got upset and he left. Huh?
Huh? What?
You contacted me.
You asked for this opportunity at my firm, and then when I made you get the coffee for 70 hours a week and never gave you any real tasks, you decide to leave? What? Huh?
Moderator. You know what it means to be a moderator. I wasn't asking for you to lock down
You know what
chat.
it means to be a moderator is crazy.
Spamming, because again, it was just non.
Like, it's some sort, like, it's got some real responsibility and respect put on the name or something. Insane.
Stuff. He didn't do any moderation. I simply said, hey, I made you a moderator for a reason. Please moderate. He got upset and left. Well, sorry, then don't ask to be a moderator if you're not going to moderate. We already didn't have a moderator for like a week. I was just letting the chat roll. And you hated it and then complained nonstop. Is like that's what happened. And if he didn't have a mod before, what difference does it matter if the mod isn't modding 100% of the time? Something is better than nothing, no? 66% moderation is better than 0, which is what he currently apparently was doing. Want to be a moderator? Be a moderator. If you don't. But there's no in-between where you magically get mod powers, but then you don't use them or you selectively use them. You either are or you're not. Crazy expectation. You either work for me 100% of the time or you don't get any privileges whatsoever so that you can actually benefit the stream. Insane mind processing here. Actual mental gymnastics the world's never seen. That's all that happened. Kick Chat is acting like I sat here and I lectured the guy for an hour and I yelled at him and I was mean to him. None of that happened. None of that happened. I just gave him a shitty tone, gave him his own dedicated berating segment in the middle of my stream when no one asked or cared for it. I didn't do some long-winded whole segment. Come on. I didn't even demod him. He just left of his own accord and everyone decided to be a bitch and hissy fit about it like I did something wrong. I didn't. If you think I did, fuck you. Okay? You're fuck off. Because he asked to be a mod, he decided not to mod. That's his fault. I have the right
It's
to
his
say,
fault.
hey, I made you a moderator.
I have the right. It's in the Constitution, you fucking idiots. I can, right there, number 4. I can ban anybody I fucking want in my own stream. Obviously, this is what the founding fathers asked for.
Are you going to do it or not? And he didn't answer, said he just left. So if you got a problem with that, fuck you, leave. I don't want you in my chat. Period. Don't care who you are. If you have an issue with someone being matter-of-fact fair with someone, I don't want you in the chat. You're a loser. Okay? Leave right now. I mean it. Just go away. Don't come back to the kick chat. No one wants you here.
This is so unnecessary. It's so childish to have this kind of, we'll call it a platform, to have this stage, to have, you know, this kind of, to have a number of people as an audience, and then to do this segment on some random no-name idiot online who offered his free time to mod your streams for free. This is the kind of respect that you can expect from from this streamer. Absolutely insane.
Actually me. Okay. So there's that. That's that, and that's all I'm saying about it. Because that's literally what happened.
And that's all I'm saying. Shouldn't have said any of that, to be honest with you, DSP. None of that was necessary.
I'm not going to sit here and act like I did something wrong when I didn't.
I did nothing wrong.
You can watch the stream back. It's like a moment where I'm like, hey, Spoons, are you going to moderate? The chat's going crazy. You're not doing anything. And then I went right back to playing games. That was it. And then everyone's like, oh, let's crucify Phil. No, fuck you.
Let's crucify Phil.
No one cares. You're a fucking piece of shit. No,
I want to see that stream. Where's the DSP crucifixion stream? Real talk. I'm tired of this guy.
Cares about your dumb opinion. You're just a troll. You were trolling anyway. I know.
When
you don't
Caesar
like me,
gives
so
me
fuck
the
off.
opportunity to deal with Benny, I'm putting that motherfucker on the cross every single time. One-on-one combat. Why the fuck would I even give him the opportunity? Stupid. I'm not even gonna let you get the chance. You're going on the cross.
Relevant. Bye-bye. Okay.
Stupid. Bye-bye.
Okay. So, more than likely, if Spoons isn't going to be around, okay, it wasn't his first day. He had been around for 2-3 days, Felipe Baxter. You're a liar.
Wasn't his first day. It was second or third day. He should have known better by now.
Isn't going to be around. It's not a big deal. All right? I like the guy. Personally,
it's not a big deal. 5-minute segment.
Contributor to the kick chat. I don't know why he reacted like that unless he was fishing for drama, which it seems like he is, which is not a surprise because it's the kick chat.
Am I gonna cover the DS2 crash out today? Which one? Like, what do you mean when he was talking about and complaining because somebody was cheating in the multiplayer? I don't have it ready, but I thought about it. If there's a clip out there, I'll go steal it.
Always fishing
like
for
I'm
drama,
known to do.
But it's not a big deal. If the kick chat's unruly again, I guess
there's the most interesting thing he talked about yesterday was getting fucking PvP'd in Dark Souls 2.
And so once again, we're back to the Wild West on Kick, just so everybody knows. Okay?
Oh, it's the Wild West on Kick.
Okay.
Back at it. Which I thought was the whole goal, by the way. I'm pretty sure that after we demodded Ferbs and whoever that other goober were, that we said we weren't going to moderate Kick, and that was totally fine, and we didn't need moderators because it's like Kick is for trolls and YouTube's for chill wheelchair bound style individuals. But then somebody offers to mod for free, and then we immediately change our stance and values. It's you know, it's just a complex storyline to follow. I just wish he'd tell it a little more coherently, you know?
Okay. Yeah, for the record, I like Spoon. I think he's a good guy. I don't know why he reacted like that. Again, it was
I like him.
Weird and not a
He's a good guy.
Say, hey, are you going to moderate? And then he freaks out and leaves. It's like, oh, so I guess.
Well, and what is? I wasn't there. If anybody could inform me, I'm sorry. I should be the guy to tell you. How did Spoons freak out? Was there some long rant that he had typed up? Did he tweet at DSP or something? Or did he just peace out and just never come back?
You're really upset that I just literally asked you to do what you asked to do. Like, you asked to be a moderator. By the way, my
what is that shitty AI music? That's DSP shitty AI music.
It is. I got to turn it up. What happened was, I forgot to tell you guys this yesterday completely.
He just left. So what am I talking about? He freaked out. He just disappeared. That if there's ever been a prime example of not freaking out on the internet, it is quite literally just changing the tab and never coming back. That's the most calm thing you can do.
My power randomly went off out of nowhere.
The right to bear moderation is so
not last night,
stupid.
but the night before.
Trolling,
Like,
it's funny, but like the
and
idea is
power went out.
stupid.
I'm like, oh, no, I can't work out because we're in the dark.
Wait, hang on, let me run it back. I can't work out. We're in the dark. What?
So I guess some of the stuff in the house went off, and the fan, I didn't even realize the fan had been off. So I guess some of the stuff in the house went off.
God damn it.
This yesterday completely. My power randomly went off out of nowhere.
Randomly, out of nowhere.
Late night, not
down
last
from the
night,
rafters. The power went out.
the night before. Like I was going to sleep. I was going to actually do a workout, and the power went out. And I'm like, oh, no, I can't work out because we're in the dark. So
You know, that wouldn't happen if you didn't have some dumb, stupid, fuck-ass machine. If you just had weight, like you can work out of there. Believe it or not, if you have weights in a pitch black room, you can work out. I don't know if you know this. You actually don't need any light whatsoever in order to exercise. You could close your eyes and do probably every exercise that you normally do.
I guess some of the stuff in the house went off, and the fan, I didn't even realize the fan had been off all day yesterday. Shoot. I had no idea. I just turned it back on because I used that air to circulate.
Does that machine even go on electricity? I didn't think so, but I'm under the assumption now that it has to in order for what he just said to make sense. The only way this narrative works out is if you have to plug in that dumb, stupid, fuck-ass machine.
I turned it back on now. It's working now. Okay. Okay.
Not everyone has night vision. Yo, working out at a night vision is baller.
Oh, yeah, I have 2 universal powers.
That's how I exercise, of course. Ranger panties, no shirt, and night vision goggles on top, of course.
Supplies.
And they stay on during, trust me.
Is it UPS, Universal Power Supply, or whatever it's called? I have 2 of those. One for each PC, don't worry. So when the power went out, you know, both PCs, well, this PC I always have off. The gaming PC, I never leave that one on after streams. That goes off after my streams.
The other one, though, I leave that motherfucker on all day long, every day. I hate that. I hate that PC. The gaming PC always goes off, though. All right, so that's the end of the spoons rant. Now it's time to blame. Now it's time to blame somebody else. So we'll just get into it. And unfortunately,
There's a T-Rex.
There's going to be TCG Card Shop Simulator gameplay in the background. Honestly, I thought about getting rid of the video for this clip because I didn't want to see it, but I did not.
Animation.
I was too
And
lazy.
It is for any super chat below $5 randomly or any gifted sub on Kick randomly. Sadly, we had 0 subs earlier today from Kick, 0. So because of that, there was nothing from this Kick side. It would be great to get some subs tonight so we can actually maybe see the animation. That'd be great. Don't we, right? Why don't we get started here and get a little bit of contributions? Let's get a big super chat. Let's get one tip. We have one tiny tip. Let's get a
we have one
tip.
tiny
Let's get our
tip.
first
I'm
sub
looking.
tonight. Let's get our first.
One might even call it a micro size. We have a micro size tip. I'd like to see a big tip, the biggest tip, if you could.
First kicks of the night, and let's get a membership. Let's get one of each. That'd
None
be
of
awesome.
this Memphis micro style tipping. I'm not for it, you guys.
Maybe, maybe not. I do feel like there are people who legit like me and my content from the casino, but they're not going to say anything because they don't want people to come after them and be like, how dare you like Phil, and then get attacked by the other idiots. You know what I mean?
This looks
Okay.
so fucking stupid. I apologize if any of you like this game. Maybe the mechanics are enjoyable, but the visual
Is that true? The
presentation
pinned
is
comment
not
isn't
for
available
me.
to certain things. Is that right? You guys can't see it? If that's the case, I'll just say it briefly. So ever since I started doing very well for myself, getting rid of the person who was freezing stream chat a couple weeks ago, having my biggest restreamer on YouTube shut down completely, basically things are going really good, right? So the trolls hate that. The trolls are very upset. So they're trying to do every possible thing to mess with the streams. This current thing is they keep view botting the stream. Every stream I say, it's not me. I don't want that to happen. It doesn't help me. It's stupid. I don't want it, but I can't stop it. And then they do it anyway.
I don't want it. I hate
The thing
it.
is,
Please
doesn't hurt me
stop.
either. Like, it doesn't help or hurt me. It has absolutely no effect.
I just can't believe we actually, I want to say, talked about this every single day that I tuned in this week. every single day he managed to talk about view botting and he managed to talk about raw fill. Now, maybe that's not true. Maybe I was just tuning in on certain days and catching it live by happenstance. But the fact that the occurrence is that frequent is insane.
On the stream, there's no reason to do it, but they're doing it anyway just to be stupid to get people to talk. So the more you talk about it, the more attention they feel like they're getting, and they're going to keep doing it.
Right. So DSP should stop talking about it. If he listened to his own advice and actually understood the words that were falling out of his mouth in that random kind of order that he's known for,
or it'll
he'd
go
stop
away.
talking about
Idiots
it.
will stop wasting their time and money doing it, see? So everyone just chill out, be quiet about it, don't bring it up, and we're good.
Everyone just chill out and be quiet about it. Like it's a secret.
We're at 20.
Keep it on the DL, you guys.
What, 26 in support? Guys, if you like TCG and the chill vibes of the game, please support the stream right now. Let's go.
I love the fist bumps with the hype.
That a lot. We're at 20s. What,
it looks so dumb.
Guys, if you like TCG and the chill vibes of the game, please support the stream right now. Let's go. We need to get to $100 to get our
He's really riling up
open
the
for
crowd.
Tonight,
Like it's a sports event or something.
It's Black, the new set. We got 4 hits. We're going to get more hits, better hits, right? We need that Mega Darkrai. So let's get some
more
tonight.
hits, better hits, frequent hits. I need the dopamine hits. Come on, guys.
Through level 46 here.
Please.
Started anyway. There you go. Hanslander, thanks for $5 Canadian. He says Call of Duty blows. I'm
Real.
glad it's failing. Also,
real.
What is Keto Casino? Keto Casino is a group of streamers.
Did he just say Keto Casino? Brother, there's nothing keto about what's going on with Triple P, as I like to call him.
Hanslander, thanks for $5 Canadian. He says Call of Duty blows. I'm glad it's failing. Also, what is Keto Casino? Keto Casino is a group of streamers over on Kick exclusively because they can't stream on YouTube because they were at one point both suspended, banned, or both for pretty heinous stuff that they did.
Pretty heinous stuff.
And
not going to say what it is, not going to actually give details. We're just going to vague post on their name. Sound good? Sounds good to me.
What they do is drama content. They basically watch other people and literally just make fun of them, but then they go steps further. They make shit up. They completely over-exaggerate and extrapolate. Basically, it's a slander show. It's like a toxic slander show, okay?
The best kind of shows, if you ask me.
People do this on the internet.
I've always been a big fan. Ever since I was a kid, I've loved trashy daytime television. Sometimes nothing more than Maury Povich, let's be honest. I love trash. I love slander and toxic shows. It's kind of cool. It's kind of the best. Thank you, Vaporware 336 for the 31 months. Holy shit, 31 months. Every time he turns his head, I feel like I'm seeing the facade shimmer and reveal his skinwalker form. Light bulb head lying about why Casey is banned too. Well, obviously, it's easier to lie. But they do the toxic slander show. DSP is just the vague post king, I guess.
But they get away with a lot
Skinwalker
more.
indeed, though, undeniably.
So they
even
do
at 31 months.
Say a lot more extreme things and shit like that. And basically, it's funny to an extent, but they take it way too far, in my opinion. And for about half a year, I worked with them because I felt like I needed to branch out and do something different.
So you branched out into the toxic slander show with this group of individuals? Yes, it is odd to call 2 people a group, but sure, I mean, I guess. They had an editor at one point. I guess that makes them 3. That is a group.
Then just do my own content. And I knew that they were eventually going to cover me like everyone else does. You know what I mean? Everyone
Why wouldn't they?
covers me and says, do
you know how much sense it makes to introduce a new character onto your running streams, your running platform, your show, and then not address any of the information that is so readily available and very clearly the type of thing that you would cover? Like, never talk about it? That'd be insane. That would be the biggest elephant in the room that's ever existed. Yes, bigger than Cat. And no, she's not pregnant. She's just fat.
The lol cow, and here's this blah, 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 and all the bullshit. So I'm just so used to it.
Yeah, like, you can't do lol cow shows and then bring on a lol cow and just pretend as though they aren't. It would never address any of the things that has to do with them. That's actually an impossible task.
So I did a 6-month collab with them, working with them. And did some interesting content. Some of it was pretty good, I would argue. Like, I think the Review Tech USA documentary we watched together and reacted to together was quite good, I think.
Of course he does.
Of the gameplay we did was
he had the stupidest, dumbest, I want to say other things, but I'm not going to. I'm going to hold back. Atlas on a leash today. Yeah, he had that dumb fuck gimmick about the stupid chips. He thought that was the bee's knees, you guys. He thought that was the most top tier shit he could have pulled out of his bag of tricks.
Fun. Like when we did what was that thing, Chain Together or whatever the hell it was? That was fun.
Was that
but
fun?
The problem was those guys, they do a certain kind of content that I'm not going to be involved in, right?
But he wanted to be. When his initial thoughts of branching out happened, he went to the Kino Casino to be involved. But they do a type of content that he didn't want to be involved in. It just doesn't make sense, dude. This spider web, this narrative that we've built has never added up. Every single facet of it is just completely backwards.
I'm not going to do incredibly toxic stuff. I'm not going to go after people
He
constantly.
thought it was the cat's pajamas
real.
real.
Me to start getting into feuds with people constantly. They wanted me to have fabricated feuds, completely fabricated, 100% like fake feuds. For the fact
because he's so boring, dude.
You'll make money on it and shit. And I didn't want to do any of that. I was like, no, there's stuff we could do from time to time that I think would work, but I don't want to constantly be doing this nonsense that you guys are into. That's not me. I'm not a full-time drama guy. You know what I mean? I'll do it every once in a while. Or you have an idea you want me to be involved in, sure. But for the most part, no, I don't want to just be a drama guy all the time, right? So after that happened, after I worked with them for around on and off 6 months, they basically got upset because they felt like, oh, well, we had talked about Phil so much positively or whatever that they weren't getting enough out of it anymore. That basically
they were actually losing people watching them and giving them money, if I recall correctly. Like, enough that you could notice. I am one of those individuals that was watching Kino content, and then a lot of it turned into DSP talk, and I get enough fucking DSP talk. I don't also need to hear it from the Kino Casino, especially while they're glazing him and just spreading misinformation and lies, okay?
Invested more than they were getting out of it. So then they decided, which they were eventually going to do this anyway, they decided that they were going to turn on me and try to get me into stuff that I didn't want to be in or force me into it. Like, literally, no lie.
No lie. Like the Drake song.
Stuff very, very underhandedly, or blackmail me into doing it. What they didn't realize is that I had planned for that all along. I knew they were going to do that to begin with. 100%. So I was ready to cut the cord, and I actually cut the cord with them. I kicked one of them off of my wrestling commentary show because we were doing a commentary show together. I kicked them right the fuck off the show, and I blocked them and banned them from all my content.
Oh, no. The humanity. Phil. Don't you know that's against the Geneva Convention? That's the worst thing you could ever do to somebody. Kick them off your fruity little wrestling show that no one gave a fuck about and nobody watched as soon as you kicked him off. Oh my God. Yeah, he really is the king snake. He was ahead of all of his peers, ahead of his time. He's really the best at his craft of totally not being a puppet master or whatever he was pitching a week ago, 2 weeks ago. Time is tough in the Snortex, dude.
I'm not doing shit with you anymore. And that was the end of that.
You're right. He does have the right to ban. It is number 4 in the Constitution.
Had started watching me because I was working with the casino. So all of a sudden, overnight, it was like, uh-oh, half the viewership or more on Kick who were there because, the Kino Casino liked me. Now they don't like me anymore because I'm not working with them, and I basically kicked them to the curb. So what we have is a toxic, ongoing relationship here where these people show up every day.
Toxic ongoing relationship. Like a bad ex or something, right?
Say insulting things constantly about me. And it's like, well, what are you going to do?
What are you going to do?
That was to be expected. And in truth, I get paid for them to be there because I'm in the Kick Partner Program. So it's not the end of the world that they do this. But at the same time, it's kind of unfortunate when people want to talk and chat and all they want to do is be normal, and they can't be because you got these toxic people spamming the chat constantly and being assholes, okay? So basically
So nothing has changed for DSP, by the way. Like, all of that to say that people spam in his chat and say toxic things because he's, is pariah the correct word to use? He's a pariah on the internet. He's infamous. He's notorious in a large variety of capacities. And so people don't like him. Yeah, chat is reflective of the streamer. And that's always been the case, right? His never-ending war with the trolls is just indicative of how his character is actually being received by the general masses.
That's the summary of it. Yeah, there was a lot more individual weird shit that happened.
Give a shout out to myself with a 5 bob. No.
Said he wanted to pay for my trip to fly me to Florida to
Right.
go to Hulk Hogan's bar and drink with him.
Right. To try and salvage some sort of entertaining content out of the relationship is a final Hail Mary. Yes, absolutely. That makes sense.
I'm married.
I can't go to the bar with you, stupid. I'm married. I'm going to start hitting my boys with that one. I mean, not that Atlas is a drinking style individual.
It's bizarre. It's bizarre behavior. That's just one of many things that was bizarre, okay? So, anyway, that's that. I really don't deal with them anymore. They bring me up a lot. They did 2 holiday
He's
specials
blushing.
about me.
He
It's
does
hilarious.
look a little more
They've
red,
put
doesn't
more
he?
effort into me since I said I'm kicking you to the curb and want nothing to do with you than since we were working together.
Right.
You know, maybe if they...
Yeah, it's kind of almost like there's more entertainment value to be had in deriding DSP than there is in lifting his big fat ass up, right? It's almost as if that's the case, and it's kind of obvious to everyone who was watching.
They had clout, maybe if they had any kind of creative ideas in their fucking head, we would have made good content together.
That's true, Robot Gorilla. The Hogan bar trip was kind of like PKA's camping retreat. Like, it was the final straw in the relationship on whether or not we cut this fucking lol cow, right? And they did it to Wings. Kino did it to DSP.
But instead, they can't do that. They can't do anything constructive. They only know how to make destructive content. It's only through destroying others that they can be popular.
Right.
See what I'm saying? So it's toxic. It's negative. It's destructive. I don't want to be that. So that's why we never...
Is all destruction negative, though? Like a real concept here, you guys. Sometimes destruction is very positive. The destruction of DSP's life and his streaming career, I think, is a net positive for all of the dented individuals that are receiving, their monthly dented tugboat. They could be spending that far more fruitfully on other things, like food and housing and genuine entertainment that they can actually engage with, get real hobbies that actually benefit you in real life. You develop a skill, or it's just less annoying. That's actually very meaningful and positive to me. Yeah, a constructive destruction.
We're going to work. And I knew that because I knew that what we were doing was temporary on purpose, only to basically get a little bit of attention for me and my channel. I knew that basically they were using me and I was using them, and eventually the whole thing would fall apart. 100%. I knew that all along.
Just a bunch of dudes using each other. Nothing odd here. Nothing strange going on.
Because what I'm doing now is what I want to do. What I was doing with them was just necessary evil, I guess would be the best way to put it.
Wait, I'm sorry. What? What's a necessary evil? What are we trying to justify?
That's why I'm not upset about the fact that I'm not working with them anymore. I don't care, because what I'm doing now is what I want to do. What I was doing with them was just necessary evil.
Working with the casino was a necessary evil. Like, he was going to die if he didn't do it. It was going to be the end of his career if he didn't hop on the Kino Casino train, if he didn't go King Snake. Is that what we're implying here? That DSP and his legacy is so lackluster, is so terrible and god-awful and so under-respected that if it were not for the Kino bump, literally his entire life would be falling apart in shambles once again? Is that what we're trying to imply here? A necessary evil? But I thought we were Mr. Successful. I thought we built this all by ourselves. We've always done things our own way. We never relied on anybody. This was a glass castle, even entirely built by the king himself. Is that not the truth? Am I getting the storyline confused? That's what DSP always tells me. Thank you, Sid the Stoner, for the 7 months, saying he loves to talk about how Kino has no clout. They get 6,000 people watching them at 3 a.m., while at peak DSP gets 400 during a crash out. Real strange, LOL. Yeah, it's almost like their audiences are almost completely incomparable because of the actual number that's there. But they get no clout while receiving DSP donations tenfold.
I guess would be
no
the best way to
clout.
put it.
Yeah, it doesn't add up, dude. None of it.
Followers are very happy that I decided to not become a full-time drama guy because a lot of them were very afraid of that. They thought that, oh, Phil's just going to do drama all the time, drama content, toxic content, and he's not going to be able to do gameplay. He's not going to chill with us anymore, right? He's just going to be about drama, insults, and shit like that.
Yeah, this looks boring as fuck, and this is what DSP does in real life now. I'm realizing we're really opening the binder, grabbing the looking at how much it's going to cost, and then putting it on display. He does this in his free time off stream now. Insanity. This guy's fucking brain fogged.
It got way better. Because before I worked
He's mind broken, or however those little cows call it.
Not really doing very well. And since then, I'm doing great. I've fully upgraded my whole setup, right? I've got do awesome streams. I'm constantly implementing new things and stuff in my content. And
I have a bunch of plastic and electronics, and I have nothing else going on other than these streams every day, but clearly I'm winning, you guys. No real life experiences going on, no friends and family, no fun to be had in the real world. Just watching my fat wife play games and doing this. I'm way up.
Things are going great. I mean, even myself, my in the 2 years there, since things got better, I physically improved my diet, my health, and working
is absolutely wasting away in record time.
out. Like, everything has just gotten much better as a result of my choice to do that.
I will tell you guys, since the 4th of July, I have been off and on working on what I like to call another PMV, a Phil music video. And I gathered some clips to do it. It's not done yet. It's like 30 fucking seconds. But like I said, we're working on it off and on. It's a passion project. There's old clips of DSP in there, and holy shit, does he somehow look way better like a year or two ago. It's actually crazy because he didn't look good then either, but he looks way better then than he does now.
But prepare myself for what was inevitably going to happen. Because if I didn't, then it could have bit me in the ass and it could have hurt a lot. But instead, literally, I've had zero negative impact from those two jerks. I'm good, and I basically used them to propel myself to a new level, which I needed to be.
Is that not toxic, though? Is using somebody else, especially a toxic style individual, to propel your own career not also kind of inherently toxic? Is that, does the math work out that way? Is the equation equivalent?
And, you know, they've made a pretty penny off of my back, too, because of all the toxic stuff they do with me. So in reality, I think we kind of understand that even though we don't like each other, it's fine because we're both good. Like, they're fine doing what they're doing, making tons of money. I'm fine being me, doing what I'm doing. And I know they're going to keep
doing what
I
want,
give a shit.
when I
It doesn't
want.
affect me. Like, they did two they did two holiday specials about me. Nothing happened. I was perfectly fine. Like, why the fuck do I care? You know? Let them do what they want to do. I'll do what I want to do, and we'll all be happy in our own little corners of the internet, right?
And that's the thing with DSP, is like he's totally content just being here for, 200 people total on a night stream, getting his pittance way up now, though, because of the Pokemon cards, but that's a gimmick that'll die inevitably. But he's totally fine receiving his 200-person little pittance and staying completely sequestered on his streams by himself for the rest of his life. As if you're not physically killing Darkside Phil, apparently you've never affected him ever a day in his life, except for all of the times in which the trolls affected his daily life all of the time, and it was terrible and miserable. You just forget about that part. He's like I said, if you don't kill him, he's the roach that'll never die, of course.
So there you go. Okay, I need to buy the cards. I need to restock, and I need to shout out Hansley did another super chat.
Intoxicating innocence.
Thank you to Penitent Sin for the 28 months, saying Pokemon is eternal, Atlas Bub. God, I hope not. I fucking hope not. I'm so tired of hearing about these stupid fuck cards.
Here we go.
Vibe Check's telling us that he tries to blame detractors and trolls for why people didn't want to collaborate with him. I have that in here. That is the clip that we'll look at. I think it's the last one of the day.
So Hanslander did a $10 Canadian super chat, and he says, they sound like stupid drama alert. I watched that interview with you and Keemstar. I'm glad you decided to stick with your own content and your morals. You have a good crowd over here. I know. On the YouTube side,
they're nothing like Drama Alert, actually. They're actually far more entertaining. DSP's fucking Keemstar interview was actually one of the most boring and lame interviews that could have existed. It was completely tame and irrelevant in every way.
it's about chill vibes, gaming, hanging out, having a good time.
That was the one he liked the most, I think.
Drama all the time. They're always, because again, most of them are holdouts from Kino Casino, who they were here during the 6-month arc where I was working with them. and then they stayed just to basically sit on
6
me and
month
troll,
arc.
But I get paid for their attendance.
Just
so it doesn't really
acknowledging that we
bother
do
me,
lolcow
except when
arcs is
normal people
still
actually wanna
incredible
talk
to
in that
me.
chat, it's almost impossible. Because they're always constantly spamming toxic nonsense. You're like, oh, I wish they would just shut up. You know, but they don't, and there's nothing I can really do about it. I'm not going to fully lock down and moderate that chat. So thank you, Hanslander. That's our biggest super chat of the night, 713.
Thank you, Sid the Stoner, for the 5, saying he really thought the Pokemon card grift was the new Vesh Streak buff, a never-ending money source even. I like, he has to be winning out because of what he charges fucking per pack, but the amount of money he spent on those cards, and we're gonna have clips on it later, so I don't want to delve into it too deep, but like, waiting in queues on Pokemon Center on a daily basis just to see what cards is available, that's tough, man. That addiction is creeping up, if you can even call it creeping anymore. It's bad. That's a level I didn't really even think we would get to. Waiting in queues for cards. But like I said, we'll get there.
$36
Thank you, Sid the Stoner, for the 5.
I appreciate those who have supported, but it ain't great right now, especially for momentum to open packs tonight. It sure would be great to open more than one pack tonight. So if you are watching and you enjoy the content, please support it tonight for TCG.
Left Cross, you might be right.
So
might be breaking even because he's buying binders and fucking plastic and displays and opening shit off stream. So he's not even charging that much for every card.
I gave a brief summary of my relation with Kino Casino because someone asked. This guy says he had a 10-minute crash out on Kino Casino. No, you're a fucking mouth-drooling idiot.
He did have a 10-minute crash out on Kino Casino. Very subdued crash out. Probably not the correct use of crash out, but he's definitely doing like a rant complaint segment on the internet, which is never a good idea. It's almost like internet etiquette 101 when you're someone like DSP, is to not do those kinds of rants because they're going to be clipped into high heaven and held against you.
You don't even know what a crash out is.
Yeah, it's a cope session. You're
so fucking dumb. What a moron.
What a moron. What an idiot.
He talked about a topic he was specifically asked about. Crash out! Crash out!
We raised our voice enough now.
Yikes. The same dunce that probably repeats a meme 700 times to himself.
Now we're just making retarded noises into the microphone. Real entertainment. Jade, close your ears.
Okay.
You might not like this one.
Thank you.
Yeah, he chooses the topics that he talks about on stream. He also didn't have to talk about it for 10 minutes. It could have been a very short, like, yeah, a lot of them are holdovers from the King Snake arc. We didn't even have to call it the Kino arc. And just be like, they're from a different audience and they don't really like me because of the way that it went down. And then just move on and keep playing the game. It's his choice to talk about something for 10 minutes at a time.
Someone tipped $3 and says, why do they think they're the ones that snaked you? I don't know, because I knew all along that they were going to do that. Everyone, like, how can you say we snaked Phil when I was the one all along?
I was the King Snake.
For it, and everyone was literally telling me at every moment they were going to do that anyway, and I was like, I know.
Except he didn't say I know. If memory serves correctly, he downplayed all of it all of the time, and then was like, I know you guys. Me and Ashton are actually having a very good time on fucking what the hell is that show even called now? I can't even remember. A stupid wrestling show. You guys know the one. I literally can't remember. I'm blanking so bad. Thank you, Sid the Stoner, for the 5, saying my brother said that he's the only YouTuber he knows of that charges you a gold to open packs on stream just to brag about how much his cards are. Dude, exactly. Like, the whole thing is so smart, guys. Thank you. The whole thing is so odd and jarring because he charges you, like, on top of it just being DSP and the normal annoyance that he is, but he charges you an absurd amount of money, the audience an absurd amount of money, to open cards and then brag in your face about how much he's now received, essentially on top of the money that you gave him to open this shit anyway. Because he could sell these cards. He could, if he wanted to put in the effort. And I think that's the reality, is it's too much effort to sell a card, but Yeah, I got money on top of the money you gave me. Isn't this good entertainment? Like, fuck no, that's terrible.
They were the ones who basically were like, well, since you guys like Phil now, if we turn on him, you guys will be angry at us. So we're not going to do that, right? But here's the truth. This is the truth about Kino Casino or any of these people who watch this drama content. People do not care if anything that these people say and do is truthful. They don't. The truth is people watch them for entertainment and drama, even if it's a lie. Like, literally, if they did an entire stream that was a lie and not a single thing they said was true, no one would care. Because the people that are there are just basically very slow.
Well, and this isn't even true. Like, to some extent, and I even said it last week. If this, I forgot what the lie was, but I told you guys straight up, if this is a lie we'll all commit to, I'll just start telling it. Like, I'll just make this the new reality or whatever. Which is a joke, of course. There are people that genuinely care about the lore. You can't just go in and, you know, lie your ass off and gild the lily or whatever on a regular basis and not have any truth to it, because there really are A-logging style individuals out there who care, and they are in the audience. To some extent, it does kind of matter.
Impressionable.
So this is just not true.
Gullible people who just want a story. They want something to make fun of. That's it. They don't care if it's true or not. They don't care if there's any evidence of anything. They don't give two shits. I'd be willing to think they probably made up entire segments and stories or exaggerated insanely to the level of, you know, it's just gross speculation with no actual reason to believe anything they're saying. But their audience doesn't care because their audience... Except
for they play a bunch of the fucking clips that they're literally talking about the subject matter. That doesn't... And that's part of the thing that DSP never really seems to understand or put into his own narrative, is that when people talk shit about him and they say he's doing X, Y, or Z, it's usually either like preceded or followed by a clip of that exact thing happening. At least, you know, to 3/4 of the extent that someone was talking about it. Maybe they hyped it up a little bit for entertainment purposes, but like they basically always follow it up with DSP doing exactly the thing.
It's just stupid. Their audience aren't truth-seeking individuals who want hard news stories that are hard-hitting and exposing people for being bad. All they want is something to make fun of. Because in truth, their viewers are the biggest loser.
They're not hard-hitting, on-the-ground fucking journalists, dude. They cover lolcows. This isn't real journalism. It never was. No one ever asked for that. Like, it's like kind of like expecting Maury Povich to really be out there, you know, trying to figure out the cheating rates and the amount of the percentages of the fathers that really aren't the fathers of the children. Oh, they don't want all that. They just want something to make fun of and gawk at. Like, yeah, that's the entertainment part, you dumb fuck.
Viewers are people who are very embarrassing individuals who probably have no lives, nothing to speak of for themselves. They're just miserable.
Also, truth seekers, isn't that Steve Cambian's thing? Shout out truth seekers, I guess. Aim drop.
Achievement or oh, I don't know what's in the box. The only way that they can get a good feeling is if they feel like they can bring down someone else, right? And say, oh, look, someone else is bad. Like, yeah, but who cares if someone else is bad if you're a turd?
You're a turd.
Oh, no.
Got him, DSP. Great comeback. I'm going to start using that in real life. It's so hard-hitting. Fuck you, you're a turd.
Who is high and mighty has fallen. Yes, but you're
also, there's your scat percent, by the way. 58 and a half minutes into the stream. Scat percent.
No one and always will be. So who
Pretty
cares?
slow today.
Right, but that's it. They don't want to look in the mirror. That's the audience of Kino Casino. These aren't intelligent people. These aren't achievers. They're losers. That's who watches that style of content, you know? And certainly, that's the level of person who would throw a ton of money at those kind of creators. You know what
Jealous,
I mean?
pocket watching,
you be
seething.
To line these guys' pockets with fucking money. They don't even do any work. They just sit there making fun of people all day. Zero effort.
What work does DSP do? The thing that I hate about this critique the most is he said that he really enjoyed the oh my god, my brain is fucked today. I got holes in it or something. The review tech thing that he did. I'm sorry, hang on. He said that he enjoyed the review tech thing that he did with them, but he was the least funny part of that entire stream. Every time he goes to make fun of someone, he's the least funny aspect of the stream. It's actually incredible. So to say that they don't do any work and that there's no work involved in doing what they do, it's not like if they aren't doing work, what does DSP do? Drivel commentary over gameplay no one's ever wanted to see in their entire life that literally nobody asked for? Topics where he just rants and raves and tells lies nonstop. That's not work either, brother. You're not a blue collar worker. You're not shoveling slop. You're not fucking doing heavy equipment operation. You know, you're not even sending fucking emails. You're crying about fucking Pokemon cards and bitching about people that you hate. Yes, he's anti-funny. It's actually incredible.
Anyway.
I like one of the only individuals I've seen be anti-humor. It like subtracts jokes that other people are telling.
I'm back. Okay. All right, guys, let's continue. We'll play for about another hour. We'll see how it goes. If we get to another milestone of $100 here, we will do a DSP pack rips video at the end of the stream. If not, then we're not. Okay, that'll be the end of the stream. But yeah, as I said, please,
if we're not, then we're not.
Some milestones tonight. Let's get some momentum. Let's get to $100, and then let's work towards 150, and we'll open a few packs at the end.
Milestones, you guys. They're not goals. We're just begging in the same way that we begged for goals, and it just so happened to be at the same increments. But this is not. These aren't goals, you dumb fucks. These are clearly milestones.
Okay. All right.
Anyone saying that they're goals
go.
in chat is getting banned. All right. So that's the end of talking about Kino Casino. Now it's time to open up the night stream, and I forget what night this is. Sunday night. Open up the Sunday night stream by just bitching at the kick chat. I think this is an incredible way to open a stream.
And
you just have
we'll
to
talk
see it
a little bit. We'll hang out, and then we will begin with Pal World. So I hope that you guys tonight will stay and hang out and engage and support the content. Number one, yes, the nonsense with view botting and trolling continues. We've got a million sock accounts that keep coming in the chat. We've got the view botting going on. It has nothing to do with me. We're trying to moderate it as much as we can, but I can't.
Guys, don't talk about the view botting. It only draws more attention to it, but allow me to talk about it literally every single fucking day.
Can't stop it. So I apologize if the chat experience isn't great, because I can't really fix that. However, please ignore it. If you bring it up, that's exactly what they want, is your attention. That's why I have put the 2 pinned messages up in each chat so everyone knows what's going on.
Literally pinning messages to the top of the chat for the entire stream is somehow not giving them that attention. Like,
please avoid talking about it, because that's exactly what they want. They want that annoying attention. That's number one. Number
your
two,
grandma has this shirt. I believe
it. If you like
it.
Pal World and you'd like to see me give it an honest push and run and try to give it a shot as part of my rotation, please support the stream tonight. Pal World's been up and down. The first Pal World, let's try that again. The first Pal World stream did really well. The last one, not so well. So I need to know that you guys want me to keep playing. So please support the stream tonight if you do. You know the deal with support, how we have milestones now at $100, $150, $200, $250, etc.
Milestones. We're so committed to this milestone shit. It's actually insane. Oh my God. Milestones. That's how we got around goals. We flexed, we gloated, we did entire segments about how we're never bringing goals back. We're so happy they're gone. We hated operating our streams like that. We felt terrible doing it. It was just the only way that we could get support. We're never bringing them back, and then we brought them back anyway, and we just call them something else.
For opening Pokemon cards, we have the Pitch Black set, the brand new set, and we're about halfway through.
Yeah,
the
they're
box,
totally
but
different. I agree, Sam. I agree.
And get some hits. Okay. Also, we had a slow stream of Pokemon earlier today. If you can believe it, we didn't even earn a single pack opening, and there was a bonus pack that I always open for Pokemon, but I wasn't going to do a whole video for one pack. So that carries over for tonight.
And I hate, if you watch the guy live, you'll hear him beg for Pokemon card pack openings, but he begs for them in 2. Even if you get the free one guaranteed, he wants to beg for at the least, at the minimum, 2, because for some reason he's unwilling to just take 2 individual card pack opening segments, if he's doing like 1 pack, and just combining them together to make it a video, but he doesn't have to make anyway. That's his own prerogative. This is completely unnecessary in every capacity. But he's unwilling to just add the 2 segments together despite having DaVinci Resolve. I don't understand this mentality. It's so dumb. I guess it's just to squeeze more money out. But it's awful. It's terrible. It feels bad.
If you guys do support tonight, we already have a bonus pack that's kind of a freebie. So I hope that you guys will support the stream so we can get multiple packs. And you remember,
there's the rah, fucking pack, right? Fist pumping so again. Let's go. It's so limp and unenthusiastic. Again, it just reeks of transparency. So it's just a form of begging. He can't even legitimately get excited to try and rile up support. It's just low energy. He's low T.
Who spams the kick chat about spoons is going to get a ban tonight because now it's been 2 days and I've had enough. You people are fucking annoying. I've already explained that Spoons is not banned. Spoons has not been demodded, and nothing has happened to Spoons. He got butthurt the other night when I asked him to moderate because he wasn't, and he left the chat and hasn't come back. If he comes back, great. It's up to him. If he doesn't, that's his prerogative. But he's not banned. So if you keep spamming the chat about it, I'm going to permanently ban you so I don't have to see you because you're really fucking annoying. You're like a little child who's so misinformed and stupid, and I just don't want to hear you whine anymore. So shut the fuck up about Spoons.
Also, are we allowed to call that a crash out? We were actually using some pretty derogatory vernacular. We were using some, typically censored words if this were on broadcast television. Are we allowed to call that a crash out? There was quite a bit of hostility. It's kind of volatile, toxic, you could even call it.
Okay.
And that one was only 2 minutes. It's not paused, I promise. He's just seething.
Trials. Thanks for $2. He says, I need an air purifier. I have a bad allergies. You do. It was pretty bad in here. I'm not going to lie. Whenever
Ben Heck hacks, we'll get there. We'll get there.
To do the air conditioning, before I had the air purifier, it would get bad in here. Like, it would be clean right at first, and then all of a sudden, the filter would constantly get dirty and clog up, and the air in here would stink. Like, I would turn on the air conditioner, and it would, like, have a smell. Like, oh, the air. Once I got that,
and we were just living like that, by the way. We were just rocking it raw. The air literally stunk. Okay, it literally stinky. And this guy's he was just raw dogging it. He said, "Fuck it, it's cool, it's fine."
Air purifier completely fixed the problem. Now the air in here is always clean. If you get a little bad air in here, it actually immediately will go off and be like, "Oh, detecting," and it'll say the percentage of how much it needs to clean, and it cleans it right away. Yeah.
This is kind of like DSP needs devices and electronic meters and numbers in front of him in order to understand reality for some reason. It's kind of like his BMW. It didn't tell him he needed an oil change, so he just assumed that it never did. If the air purifier didn't tell him he was breathing the bad, stinky, toxic air, I guess he just would have done it forever. So thank God for modern day technology. DSP would fucking kill over as like an Amish person or something.
And they're not even that expensive. I'm not talking about like an industrial strength air purifier for like a giant room. You get a little one for like a bedroom.
Yeah, he literally needs yellow paint in real life. If you don't have blinking numbers and alarms going off, he will actually never address the problem. That's why he allowed some sort of pink mold or fungus or some shit back in the day to creep into Jasper's bowl and take it over. And then he was wondering why Jasper's being the way that he is.
It's perfect.
Insanity.
I got one that's Shark, I believe is the brand. It's absolutely perfect. I put it right in front of the air conditioner. Cleans everything up. Very nice. Spamming something about book reading. So it's some stupid meme from another stream. Keep it over there. I don't care. I don't want to talk about book reading tonight, or it's not a book reading stream.
It's not a book reading stream. Nobody here is bookkeeping nor librarianing. Okay, that's not happening here. Don't talk about that. We can't read over here at DSP Space Gaming.
About that, too. Everyone in Kick, just shut up. You guys are annoying already tonight. Like, we haven't even started yet, and you guys are fucking obnoxious. Like,
actually just talking about reading books. Literally just talking about opening up some literature once in a while. You guys are already fucking annoying. Pissing me off. This nonsense about literacy. Get him out of here. Banned.
Can you please grow up?
Grow up. I would think that reading books is actually a fairly good indicator of grown-up individuals, but I guess maybe I'd be wrong. It's not the only one, but
No, French Joe, my air quality fluctuates depending on the season and what's going on. For example, right now, very high pollen outside, so it can affect you pretty badly.
This is the oldest old man segment you can fucking get, dude. Don't ever talk to me about air quality in a legitimate capacity outside or due to the season. Like, look, if you've got some sort of odd, I will just call it an oddity, in the atmosphere, there's something going on. Cool, fine, awesome, perfect, fantastic. Let me hear about it. There's an event, right? Pollen during the season. No one gives a fuck, dude. Shut up.
And I have bad pollen allergies. In addition, since this room is small and has a ton of electronics in it, that constantly is generating dust and all kinds of crap in the air. It is. So this room ends up being very stuffy, very dusty.
Is that what generates dust? Are electronic devices are they like dust creation machines as well? Is this true? To be honest, I've never done the deep dive into dust, but I don't know that my computer is making dust. Is there a dust processor in there that I should uninstall or something? They have fans to collect the dust. Well, maybe that's why he thinks they make dust. Maybe he thinks the fans are producing dust. That's their job. I don't know. That's crazy.
See, here's the thing. Someone took $2 and said, when trolls act like petulant children in the chat, do they not know it affirms what you're saying about their mentality? No, because they're dumb.
They're dumb. They're stupid.
Ignorant. People who, like I've said, people who watch crap like Kino Casino, people who troll on the internet, they're not mature. Their brains are just like
addled.
Very, very unripened fruit. Does that make sense? They're just dumb. They're dense.
Their brains are like unripened fruit. They're dumb. I've never in my life heard anyone try and use, can you even call that, what is that? Is that a simile? They're like, because he uses like, you know what I'm saying. I've never heard anybody say that someone's brain is like an unripe fruit to try and indicate that they're dumb. Never in my life.
So they have no idea that acting like fools actually reinforces.
You're gonna say they got small brains, smooth brains, no wrinkles, hollowed holes, wet, soaked. There's so many ways to describe a brain. An unripened fruit is such an oddball.
Everything I said. Instead, they just believe the opposite because they're dumb. You know what they say? Ignorance is bliss. Because for those of us who are mature and see them from an outside perspective.
Yeah, window liquor does usually suffice.
Jerking, like internet troll group.
Oh shit! Circle jerking. It's time to go skiing, guys. We should do like a skiing style theme.
Like, wow, these people are complete losers.
For when we circle jerk, of course.
Around trolling people all day. I mean, it really is pathetic. They have nothing going for themselves. But to them, that's life. To them, that's actually their life, and that's what they think is good. So they can't be seen. They can't see through what is in front of their face. Does that make sense? Like, they don't see that there's actually something better to life right over there because they just keep staring right here.
All right, there you have it. They can't see what's going on over there because they're staring right here, of course, with their hands directly in front of their eyeballs or something. Great, awesome. He really got them. Those trolls, they're seething, they're cucked. It is what it is, and they'll never recover. So now we do actually have to talk about Pokemon cards or some sort of cards in general. I forgot because we were doing Pokemon and then we decided to do Marvel cards and then we got Final Fantasy cards and Magic cards and we definitely went out and got some cards. That's this clip. We'll see. We'll find out.
And we'll talk
what kind
a little
of packs
bit.
Are we ripping?
And then we will begin with Pal World. So I hope that you guys tonight will stay and hang out and engage and support the content. Number one, yes, the nonsense with view botting and trolling continues. We've got 1 million sock accounts that keep coming in the chat. We've got the view botting going
coming
on.
in the chat. I can't stop them.
I'm trying to moderate it as much as we can, but I can't stop it. So I apologize if the chat experience isn't great because I can't really fix that. However, please ignore it. If you bring it up, that's exactly what they want is your attention. That's why I have put the 2 pinned messages up in each chat.
No, wait. I just clicked on the same clip. Sorry, it took me a minute. Sorry. My bad.
Today is Tuesday, the 21st
I was like, I swear we've heard this before. I swear we saw this
of
clip.
July 2026, and I barely made it. Like, I literally barely made it today, and what I mean by that is...
Now, what do I... God damn it. He opens the stream with, I barely made it. Now, what do I mean by that?
I was out and about this morning.
It is hard to tell. He does loop, so I feel like that we get a mulligan. It's fine.
The last couple of days have been crazy. What do I mean? Well, you got...
God damn it, bro. What do I means? We're 22 seconds into this clip. That is every 11 seconds, we're at least saying, what do I mean?
You guys have been supporting me so much.
Now, what do I mean?
In droves. All right? That I burned through all of the cards that we were opening on stream within like 2.5 days. I certainly didn't expect that I was going to get the pitch black box.
I like that DSP does a lot of weird physical things while he's streaming. He shakes his chair a lot. He combs through his hair, raking that hairline back. But I like this little shimmy shake we're doing here. If for all my audio styles, we're scooting our chair over a little bit. I'm gonna call it a shimmy shake.
Through all of the cards that we were opening on stream within like 2.5 days. I certainly didn't expect that I was gonna get the pitch
and we did it
black
twice.
box
One wasn't
new
enough.
Pokemon cards on Friday. Go through all of that over the weekend. Then go through Stellar Miracle as well, which was the Japanese box as was a backup, right? I never expected that was going to happen at all, okay? So I have stuff in process, but it's not here. So this morning, I went out of my way, all right? Because I didn't want to be without them because I owe you. You guys supported me so much.
I went out of my way because I didn't want to be without them, is how we're describing this. This is the vernacular, the vocabulary, the words that we've decided to use.
Much last
Out of my way, didn't want to be without them.
night that technically I owe 2 pack openings on today's stream, and I didn't have any cards last night to open. All right? So I was out and about this morning, all right, driving around, and ladies and gentlemen,
on a Tuesday, mind you, not DSP's day off. On a random Tuesday, he's out and about driving around. Just understand how much of an oddity this is for DSP. The guy doesn't do anything if it's not on his off day, but yet he's randomly out and about driving around on a Tuesday morning before the stream to get these cards.
I got...
This has been debunked because there's no store open before his stream starts. Okay, I can only go based off the narrative that I was given. This is the narrative that he's painted for me. I'm expected to believe this as a DSP dent, okay? So I have to understand, based on his narrative, that he's absolutely fucking addicted and in the death clutch of these cards. That's what he's telling me. Who am I to go against this narrative?
Black again. So we have pitch black for today for card openings. All right. Let's go. Let's try to get more hits. Let's try to get that mega dark.
You guys, dude, that can be the reality. That can be the truth. Look at 30-mile radius, no shops open before 11. It doesn't matter. This is what DSP has told me. This is the narrative he wants painted, and this is how he wants people to perceive him. I think this is bad enough. We don't even have to debunk. He's already jumping off of the chair, tied himself to this fucking ceiling fan.
Right, EX this time. We already got the Zora. Zazaora? How the heck do you pronounce that?
He's got the Zazaora. He's faded. He's twisted. He's zooted.
Okay.
He's torqued even. He's got the Zazaora.
There's 3 bigger hits in that set that we could possibly get in this box right here. Okay, so already we'll be opening 2 packs on this stream, and per support, how much comes in will determine more. All right, now that's update number 1, is that I did get another box of pitch black for you guys this morning. I had to drive to get it, so let no one say that DSP only stays inside of his house and never leaves his house to do anything. I drove. to physically get these cards today.
And he doesn't seem to understand that by making this a bigger deal, by pointing it out, by, accentuating how much of an oddity this is, that he's actually just proving the point. If if people say that you only leave your house once a week and then you leave it a second day, out of the week, and then you make a big deal. Look at what I did, guys. I totally leave my house. Look, here I am on a Tuesday. You can see me outside of my home. In reality, physically, you can see me. That is actually that's the point. It's the fact that you have to do that at all says everything that needs to be said. And it really does accentuate how addicted he is, that he completely broke his autistic scheduled routine that he does every single week to allegedly go get these cards physically in real life. That's what he wants you to believe. That's the ideal situation for him.
So I don't want to hear it. You can all shove it.
I'll shove it up your ass. I actually leave my house once a week for groceries and once a week to go get more Pokemon cards that I'm hopelessly addicted to. Sound good?
Let me tell you, it wasn't easy. It was a pain. It was a pain in the butt. There was traffic. It was just, but I barely made it, but I made it because I thought I was going to be late. Okay? I really did. I thought I was going to be late, but I made it. So here I am.
DSP was running down his local Target, aisle with Pokemon cards as fast as he could, trying to get back to the Snortmobile to make the stream on time. Grease and sweat dripping profusely because this is the fastest he's moved in years.
On time, ready for the show. I'm tired and it was hectic and stressed, but
I'm tired and it was hectic and it was stress. Very odd way to call it. And it's only 9:30 in the morning. It's not even the afternoon yet. 11:30. It's 11:30 in the morning. You can't even say afternoon. Again, completely proving the point that DSP does not do shit and does not typically wake up until 20 minutes before the fucking stream. What an insane admission to make online when you know what everybody says about you. He's just telling on himself. It's actual insanity. I couldn't believe this when I was hearing it. Like, everything that detractors say is undeniably true, man. Thank you to Waffle Bunny for the 5, saying, of course I love Kat. Why would I spend time with her? No, eat it, Keta. Thank you, Waffle Bunny, for the 5. I appreciate it. Of course I love Kat. Why would I spend time with her? That's stupid, dude.
got it done.
No, we're going to spend time with Kat later this week. I don't think I have it in the clip, but of course, she's got new simulator games that she's going to be playing in the den across the hall. You remember our super cool den that we built up? Living Room 2, I like to call it. They're going to hang out in Living Room 2 and play, and he's going to watch her play some simulator games. It's going to be robust and meaningful to their happy and, life-fulfilling marriage.
Cards for today, all right? So there you go. No, I didn't vlog record it. I was rushing. Are you crazy? Did I vlog record it? Yes. Did I vlog record it? No, I didn't.
No. That would have required some sort of foresight, and we all know DSP is only capable of 3 sight.
Anyway, so we're good for today. I don't know how long it'll take to burn through this box because you guys have been so crazy.
Yeah, Waffle Buddy miss input. I got you.
Right?
I got you.
Actually, I think that is Zara Aura right there on the box. I think that's the card that we actually got as our big hit. It's like $65, $68.
Here's how much money it's worth, you guys.
So there it is.
Nothing to say about the Pokemon, nothing to say about their abilities, nothing to say about the design, none of that. It's just how much it's worth.
Hopefully we'll get other hits of Chandelure. And, of course, on top, that's Darkrai. So let's hope that we get some good hits today. All right. With Pitch Black. Good stuff, okay? Now, I have another positive update.
The double, as a double silent fist raise pump up. Is that what I just witnessed
so let's
there?
hope that we get some good hits today.
Good hits today.
Right,
Clap. All right.
Pitch Black. Good stuff.
Absolute noodle arms. Can I get a couple of frames? Absolute noodle arms with the weird slanted, like just a real smug look on his face. Wholly embarrassing. Indubitably.
Good stuff, okay? Now, I have another positive update, all right? And I don't know. Okay, let me put it this way. I don't want to overpromise and underdeliver.
Mm-hmm.
You know me. I don't like to be that guy.
Someone in chat said, look at his neck. There is something odd going on with these dark... What's up with these dark lines here? Are these just shadows? Or is he, like, completely emaciated, you know, here, and it's, like, sunken in? You know? Because that like, I've seen that on, like, senior citizens before. I spent time working at, like, at a nursing home doing dishes, and some of them kind of had some skin happening like this on their neck, too. Very interesting.
All right. But I already told you yesterday, as a result of the overwhelming support I got over the weekend, that I had placed an order on a box of Final Fantasy Magic the Gathering cards, right?
Everyone loves Final Fantasy. I should do a rapid switch over to the fucking Final Fantasy setup while he's doing whatever dumb bullshit he's doing. Here we go. Now it's Final Fantasy time.
See, I don't want to overpromise, but...
Thank you to Sweet Papa Stovepipe for the 31 months before I hear his overpromising.
What a grand and intoxicating innocence.
It's like, morning, lads. It's been great watching the king get increasingly erratic as of late. It turns out those money buffs weren't all that he thought they'd be. Yeah, it's almost like this card thing is like... I want to say it's dual-headed, but I don't think that's real. No one has ever said that before. It's not multifaceted. It's double-edged is what I'm looking for. There we go. Thank you, Sweet Papa Stovepipe, for the 31 months.
As of 5:44 this morning, it was in SeaTac. And if you don't know what SeaTac is our airport. It's like an airport town, Seattle-Tacoma Airport. And that's close to me. That's less than an hour away. So there's actually a possibility that the Final Fantasy cards may arrive today.
Whoa!
Now, never in my wildest dream.
Whoa! Guys, can you believe it? The cards we ordered could show up. Whoa!
Did I expect that? I thought this would take like several days to a week to show up. They are going to be maybe here later today.
Yeah,
so
may show up. Keyword. You're right.
There's a possibility that tonight on the late stream for TCG Card Shop Sim, we might be able to have Final Fantasy cards, and these are very sought after. These actually are expensive compared to the other cards that I've been opening lately. They're actually more expensive than Pitch Black. They're more expensive than
Who cares? Who cares how much they cost?
Miracle. They're more expensive than the Marvel cards.
Stop saying that.
Like, they were a set of Magic the Gathering from last year, and apparently they were very popular. So...
How much were they? Look, if you're going to fucking go out of your way to tell people, oh, it costs more than this pack, it costs more than that pack, just give the fucking number. Again, quit vague posting, dude. Just say, it's like when he used to give all those goddamn hand graphs. I used to make this amount of money. You can't see me. I used to make this amount of money, but then my money went, woo, all the way down, and now I make this amount of money. Again, you couldn't see me. I promise it worked. It's just as fucking obnoxious. Just use numbers, dude. Nobody understands what you're talking about.
That's pretty awesome. It'll be my second ever Magic box that we're cracking open, and I'm interested to see what they look like and, you know, the value and everything, because there are
a lot of money and a lot of people.
This is the booster box. I didn't get the freaking insane collector. The collector's box for Final Fantasy sells for $900. It's a box of cards from last year.
Right.
And the collector's box sells for $900. That's insane. I would expect a set from...
And idiots like you are willing to pay for that. I think that says everything that DSP... Like, everything you need to know about DSP. He's mind-fucked.
2 decades ago, it'd sell for $900. No, last year. So, I didn't get that. I got the regular booster box.
Sephiroth. Okay? Yes.
So, that's good. We've got Pitch Black for this stream. Tonight, maybe we'll have Final Fantasy. We should be set for a bit, right? We should be good for a bit here now that I've got all of these in place. Fair enough?
All right. Fair enough. Okay. Sound good.
Hoy. Now, here's the thing.
We literally hit him with the hoy. That's how tired and stress-filled his morning has been. all we've done is get cards and then like confirm to people that we may or may not be receiving more in the mail. And we're literally hit them with the hoi. Yes, Hearts of Iron, of course.
The one thing that I don't have a lot of, I have 4 packs of Ascended Heroes, and that's it. And
we've got like 4 different fucking varieties of cards on deck at this point. We're so deep. We're juggling which cards we're opening, and there's like fucking 4 boxes around.
I haven't ordered any replacements.
I hate it here.
So we have 4 of these to get through, and when these are gone, they're gone. If these go today or tomorrow, they're gone. Now, I could see if I can get some more. The problem is this kind of stuff takes a while to get. These don't show up overnight, all right? So I have to see. Today, I'll probably look and see what's available. Can I get another thing of this? Or do we want to maybe go back to Prismatic Evolutions? Or do I want to do
none of these names mean anything to me? And I'm sure they don't mean anything to you either. And they probably don't mean anything to 75% of his fucking viewing audience. It's even the ones that are there unironically probably don't give a shit about any of this.
Available and see if I can get something relatively quickly.
This the Primo stuff. Yeah, he's holding up his best product
they don't
here.
Come right away.
This is some pure shit, dude.
So I'll have to see. Okay.
When this is gone, it's gone. I can't promise you can come back and re-up next week on this.
Heroes Heavy Hitters box was an absolute shit show. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I bet those wholesale clubs, like, they're not equipped to sell the Pokemon stuff. They don't understand the demand. They're not going to know that people are going to rush the fucking place and try to buy them all, right? So I bet that if people were fighting over them and stuff.
Yeah, I bet they were fighting. I bet they were duking it out there for the Pokemon cards.
We have Pitch Black for today.
In a country where a fist fight can end in you literally losing your life in an instant, yeah, I'm sure those Pokemon cards were totally worth it, dude. Hell yeah.
Already owe you 2 packs. So we'll be opening 2 packs of Pitch Black on this stream. If you support the stream, all right, we'll get more. And I hope that we will. I hope that we'll get support for Dark Souls 2 today so that we can open even more packs. And Final Fantasy's on the way, may even arrive today. We'll have to see.
All right.
Okay.
Guess we'll have to see you guys. It'll be hype. If they show up, of course. Shout out to Inked Blessing coming out of his little goblin hole with the 5, saying still using Hating the Guy as the cover for you being a self-loathing 5-foot-tall urban-style Swiftie, dude. Sad. Pathetic. Enjoy the money, dummy. All right, man. Fuck you, bitch. Shout out to Stink Blessing for the 5, I guess. And I'm glad I left 5 seconds of dead air on the end of that clip. That was super meaningful and robust. Thank you to Sweet Papa Stovepipe for the 10. Saying, by the way, if you're gonna mark out for Magic the Gathering cards, why the fuck are you paying this much money for modern Magic the Gathering? If you're gonna drop like 1,000, at least get a box of Zendikar OG or Heavy Hitter sets. Well, that would imply that he's actually knowledgeable about the game, that you would actually play with it, or has any intent of ever playing the fucking card game. But he doesn't care about any of that. He's just interested in collecting papers and plastic. That is his entire shtick at the moment. That's honestly all he's ever wanted to do, if you ask me. Nonsense commentary no one asked for over gameplay no one wants to see, while collecting infinite fucking plastic so that it can all be sent to the landfill upon his death. That's all he's ever aspired for, and one of the reasons he's so disgusting. He's such a little troglodyte, if you ask me. Of course, I'm a toxic hater. But now it's thank you for the 10, of course, Sweet Papa Stovepipe. I appreciate it way more than that 5 from Stink Blessing. But now it's time to call people retarded, which is of course my favorite part of the day. I try my best to refrain from that very mean word, unless it's, of course, the topic of conversation because of DSP.
I'm sorry that you don't like the word retarded. I hate to tell you, it's not a swear, and it's not
it's slur time.
Word.
We love slurs over here.
On the schoolyard when we were all 5. And just because society is now ultra sensitive and thinks it's an offensive word, it's not.
Okay, so any words that you were using on the playground in elementary school are couth, they are kosher, and they're totally fine to use. Now, I hate to tell you, but there's a lot of words that they used to use back in the day. Some very, very top tier slurs, we'll call them. TTS.
What a grand and
There was a lot of TTSs back in the day that were used on the playground, and if that's the justification you're going to use moving forward, I think you gotta come to grips with something right quick. Thank you, XJS, for the 16 months, saying calling people slurs while looking like a slur is brave. SMH real. Real. I wish I could pull out like I said, Atlas on a leash today. And thank you to Detractor Simba for becoming a member. I really appreciate it. Big ups.
Sorry. It's just stop. It's nothing offensive about it. If something is retarded, it basically means that it's kind of stunted, it's slowed down, it hasn't had full development.
Right.
Now, yes, there is a
classic definitional style retarded. That's what you guys are.
Actual condition called mental retardation. That's different than saying retarded. It is. It's completely different. It's not even the same terminology. It doesn't mean the same thing. When I say that the guy his thoughts are retarded, I mean, he's a slow guy. He's thinking dumb things because he listens to gullible people and he doesn't fully think out his thoughts.
Right, like somebody who has mental retardation would. They're like slow and underdeveloped because they have these like congenial traits that made them retarded. Yeah, it's like that's what you're saying or something, dude. Like, we're not getting out of this. Yeah, like Jade, literally like Jade. We're just digging the hole. We've got our trench shovels out and we're going ape shit right now.
There's nothing wrong with saying that at all. It's time to stop with bullshit.
It's time to stop
being so weak,
like the filthy Frank
and scared about saying words that are common words that everyone should be able to use, because some people in society got sensitive about it at some point.
Yep.
That's absolutely ridiculous.
Yep. Now, let's follow this to its natural conclusion by ourselves in our own minds, okay? What do you think this then justifies later, chat? Don't type it in. Got to take a big sip. And somebody said earlier that water bottle is thicker than his arms. They're absolutely correct. I've never made that observation before. And you could say it's because it's closer to the camera, in which I would argue I think it's also just as big as his muscles, or his muscles, when he puts them that close to the camera as well, which is of course his favorite way to pose. He doesn't understand that the meaning of words is actually determined by people and not a dictionary. I agree. That's a lot of the disagreements that I have with people in real life is they don't know how to use the words.
More sensitive, and it's absolutely ridiculous. Like I said, I just said this the other day. How do people go to the doctor and the doctor says to them, just so you know, you are overweight. It could do you some good if you lost some weight.
And now it's fat people.
You're going to have health problems. And then people freak out. How dare you say I'm overweight?
How dare you say Cat's overweight? How dare you address this actual physical reality that you saw on stream with your own eyes? This is what DSP is actually guilty of, by the way.
How that is offensive. You have triggered me. Like, but I'm the doctor. It's
yeah, Cat 100% had this conversation.
So that you can improve your life. You can't tell
me. Or maybe he's referencing Cat. Maybe this is what Cat did, and then he had to, like, talk her down off the ledge. Like, okay, Hungy, well, you see, you are kind of huge.
That people just can't handle reality. You know what I'm saying? They just can't. The terminology that was used by small children in the 1980s.
So is the 1980s then the cutoff? Is that how we're getting around the fact that the natural conclusion to his justification, allows for a vast variety of slurs? Is that how we're specifically the 1980s, the golden year, because DSP was born in that era? Maybe that is it. Maybe that's how we're getting out of it. Shout out to Stink Blessing again for the 5. You better redeem yourself on this one. Just a reminder, this guy once argued that it was more offensive to mock his gout than to be actively racist. He did. And that's where this is when we started calling him a wobbler. Because that's the slur we had to invent for people like him. Gout-ridden, bad back-having individuals, wobblers. think you stink blessing. It redeemed yourself. You're now back at neutral. I'll be keeping track.
Cannot be offended. You know, are you offended by the word dork? If you call someone a dork, do you know what a dork is? It's a whale penis. I'm serious.
It's a whale penis.
When you call someone a dork, you're calling them a whale penis.
You're calling... Just such a stupid topic.
Is that super offensive to you? It might be to some of these people. They might actually be like, you called me a penis? Oh, how dare you? How very offensive, right?
And that's not even true. I remember hearing that back in the day, too. Is that not actually the facts? I just think dork is a low-tier insult that isn't very good. It's not very viable if you're looking to really hurt someone, so it's not typically in my vernacular.
Like, who cares? Stop with the nonsense. Stop being so sensitive, right? Starshine Radiant says people just love being outraged constantly.
You know who with the 5 saying 1980s children's playground lingo, famously the paragon of socially acceptable language. He's both stupid and disingenuous. Yeah, that's true. There is a certain type of F slur that I know that he would not be willing to say, especially on stream. That absolutely was getting thrown around in the 1980s on the fucking playground. Undeniably, buddy. There's no way.
Some people, anyway. Doesn't matter what the trigger is. They're constantly looking for excuses to freak out. You're right.
You think Chud DSP might be the most annoying? It's definitely up there.
Absolutely right. In modern society, here's the truth. In modern society, we have it too easy. Because back in the day, no one cared what you called anyone because everyone had to struggle. Everyone had to work hard to try to make a living.
I like that the work hard got the singular jerk off, by the way. I guess that's the working hard we're doing.
Because back in the day, no one cared what you called anyone.
Look at this.
Everyone had to struggle.
They had to struggle.
Had to work hard.
They had to work hard. Honestly, and when he started that motion, there was still air open in that fist. Absolutely making a circle for the jerk off. I'm not even exaggerating. He couldn't even be bothered to start with the closed fist. But anyway, thank you to DePasta Maker for the 5, saying Phil is a master at retardando. Calm down, Tumblr. It's a musical term. He starts talking and the tempo of the stream gradually slows to a crawl. You've got a point there. He is actually the master of retardando, which is a musical term, and I did know that before this, I swear. Thank you to DePasta Maker. And Pat Noticer for the 5, saying this is literally how DSP responded to the veterinarian telling him Jasper needed blood work. That's true! That's insane.
I'm a god.
I fucking hate the guy.
What a grand and intoxicating...
Thank you, Pat Noticer, for the 5. And Broside Phil with the 9 months. Big ups, saying thanks for being my entertainment when I do yard work. Big ups. Yes, Saturday style yard work. A classic in the Atlas house. It's immediately where I go after this. Grab some food, do an hour or 2 worth of yard work, and then figure out what the fuck I'm doing with the rest of my day.
To try to make a living.
I got family up this weekend. That's what I'm doing today. In case you were wondering, this is the another Atlas style update after this for dinner tonight. We're gonna go spend time with family.
Everyone was trying to get safety and
big ups, Broside.
A place to sleep that was nice and comfy, food on the table for the family, staying healthy and healthcare, things like that. All these things were hard to get.
And they're not hard to get anymore. Feeding yourself, having a place to stay, keeping yourself healthy, all of that is super easy now. No one ever struggles with that. The housing market isn't currently in shambles. People aren't absolutely being eradicated from their jobs very quickly and being underpaid en masse. None of that is happening. Of course, society is the best that it's ever been. No one is struggling, and that's why they're being mean to DSP and saying that he can't say retarded. Of course, that's what's going on. Everyone else in all of society is the reason that he's being trolled.
So when that was the focus of existence in life, survival...
No one is looking to survive anymore, ever. Everyone has survival basically down pat. No one will die.
Bullshit.
Like Kanye said in that song, money ain't real, time ain't real. Guess what? You never get killed. That's just the way that it is.
But now what's happened is our lives have become so easy and so complacent. Everything is instant gratification. We all have food. We all have money. We're all safe. We're comfy.
We all have food. We all have money. There's nobody ever, anywhere in the American society that does not have food or money. If you know somebody, if you ever seen anybody in real life that wasn't the case, you don't believe your lying eyes. DSP knows from inside the snort fort in his gated community that everyone is well off and well fed. Why do you think they're so fat?
Well, now we need something to get upset about. And it's not survival anymore. Now it's bad words. Ooh, bad words. Oh, let me put it this way.
Yeah, all of you can quit your jobs immediately because survival is guaranteed now. I don't know if you got the new update, okay? New life software style update. You just live now.
If the biggest concern of your life is that you're offended, someone triggered you, that's a good thing. Because that means you actually don't have any actual discomfort or stress or strife in your life. You're actually nitpicking for things to get upset about. Because you're
great point, Bode. This guy literally went bankrupt. Quite literally, this guy shouldn't be well off nor fed because he actually ran out of money and had to default on his loans. But there's no struggle, there's no strife. Everybody is well off, obviously. Great point, Bode.
Bored.
I often forget about the bankruptcy because it should never have existed.
So, congrats on being bored. If you're triggered and offended by these silly words, good for you. You must have a really good life. But keep it to yourself, because no one cares.
And this is why I say all the slurs, because I actually have the toughest life, which therefore guarantees that I'm allowed to say them because I struggle so much. That's all you got to do. If you've ever had hardship in your life, you're actually allowed to say slurs now.
No one in reality actually cares.
That's the
about your
prerequisite.
sensitivities. Seriously.
If you lost your 3rd grade spelling bee, well, guess what? You can call that kid anything you fucking want.
Okay?
You're so funny, Phil. It's not paused. He's coping. He's seething. He's scanning. He's banning. He's doing it all.
Intent, because here's the thing. The use of terminology can be used very differently. It can be used to weaponize. It can be used to massively offend. It could be.
Right.
You know? But to use a word the proper way and to then be told, oh, that's offensive, is actually more offensive than if the person used it in a defensive way.
Okay, so as long as you're using the word definitionally, again, you have DSP's go ahead. You've met the prerequisite. You can just say it. As long as you're saying it with the intent that it on its original design. Again, chat, let's think about how this naturally plays out in our brains and don't type out what it is.
Because you're using it in the intelligent way. The word was designed to be used.
Yes. That word was designed for this use. Of course.
And then people are pissed.
Yep.
That's not your problem.
It's not my problem.
That's theirs. You see?
Look, I know that's not what he's getting at, but it's so much funnier if you're following.
But listen, I get it, because what happens is then once a word is
intelligently designed words is actually a very loaded way to call it. Intelligent design is like an entire concept that I don't think he's not familiar with. So like we'll move on positively, but thank you, Broside Phil, for the 5, saying missed it on my stream, but listen for if you're offended by words, I'm offended. Well, he did say, if you're offended by this word, that's me using the word properly, that's what's actually truly offensive. So if you're offended by words, you're some sort of, I guess, triggered snowflake who has no hardship, while DSP simultaneously also weaponizes being offended in that exact instance. Being offended by words, of course. It really is a double standard. It really is absolute hypocrisy. By definition, by intelligent design. Thank you, Broside, for the 5 and the good point. And thank you, Son of Jade, for the 1,000 CLP, 1,000 claps. If only I had a word for people who annoy me. Of course, naggers.
As
classic South Park
now
bit of.
All of society has to act that way, because if not, you're not PC anymore. You're not politically correct, right? You're not doing the right. You're not being Mr. Nice Guy.
Yeah. Not being Mr. Nice. No more Mr. Nice Guy, they say.
I don't. It's not a slur. Let me say that again. That word, retarded, is not a slur. Look it up.
All right, chat. Let's go. Let's hang on. Define retarded. Let's see if it mentions it's offensive slurs, socially inappropriate or foolish. Okay, great, awesome, perfect, fantastic. Oh, often offensive, affected with impaired intellectual development. Awesome, great. Oh, here we have look up retarded, tard, R word, or R slur. Oh my god, it's almost like it's called the R slur sometimes, but it's fine, it's cool. We're just gonna move on positively, and this stream may or may not exist later. We'll see how many times can you say retarded without getting the stream got.
It's not a slur.
But it's not a slur. DSP said so, so we're clear.
Okay, the N word is a slur. The N word has no positive meaning. It's all negative. It's not a descriptive word meant to do something. It's
well, it is a descriptive word meant to do something. I don't think you can deny that. You can say it doesn't have a positive use case, but it definitely is descriptive.
Just meant to offend. Okay? This word, retard or retarded, is not an offensive word unless you take it that way.
That's how all offensive things are. Nothing is offensive unless you take offense. That is literally how offense works. Again, by DSP's natural conclusion, every single slur is now back on the table. If they said it on the playground, you're good. If you struggled hardship, you're good. If you use it by its intelligent design definition, you're good.
So stop.
I couldn't believe this segment when I seen it. I really couldn't believe that we actually bothered to address this, because this is such a losing stance.
Said on the schoolyard,
right?
When I was a kid,
right? I said a lot of things on the schoolyard,
and it wasn't. No one.
A whole lot of it.
People thought it was a joking term when it was used on the schoolyard. So why is it offensive in 2026? Are we going back to when I was?
Okay, but again, this logic doesn't make sense, because you would say that calling somebody a bitch is probably offensive to them. It's meant to offend them. It's you know, it's a negative style adjective to describe them by its intelligent design. I'm gonna keep saying it because it's so dumb. But you would call your friend a bitch jokingly. Does that make it okay? You're allowed to call literally everyone a bitch all day long, every day, DSP? Or do you think that it's kind of unprompted and unprecedented in some cases? Should have called the judge a bitch when he was doing his bankruptcy hearing. What is WWE fucking, what was the subscription that he had to watch WWE? WWE Network. He should have just said, shut up, bitch, and then moved on, right? Because you said it on the playground? Shout out VLX for the 2, saying, meanwhile, his banned word list is miles long. Yeah, there's like fucking 2,000. You can't even say helicopter, right? How is helicopter offensive, DSP? How is that a word that we got banned? You can't say helicopter, but you can say retarded? What fucking sense does that make? It's not offensive unless you take offense, though.
As a child, it wasn't offensive. So what are we going with, like the baby levels of intelligence?
Yeah, baby levels.
Offensive? This is insane.
I've heard babies say slurs. You can't say helicopter. At one point, I don't think you couldn't say horse. Couldn't say Subaru. Jordan Fadeaway with the 2 saying, remember his early SF videos? F slurs plentiful. Why? I believe so. He wouldn't say it now, though, even though it's a descriptive word that has a use case. Kids said it on the playground in the 80s. And he struggled. I can't believe you said the H slur that many times in a row. Well,
no, you see, exactly
I like to live on the edge.
It goes both ways, because that's true. Because it's not that everything is allowed either. Because here's the real problem with human society today. I
love this, by the way. I love when DSP gives his great grand takes on what human society is like as an alien that's sequestered and isolated. I love his societal takes. They're obviously great.
Everyone is a simpleton in their head, and everyone thinks the extreme. It's either everything over here is offensive completely, or absolutely nothing could possibly ever be offensive. So either everything is forbidden, or everything is allowed. When in reality, life is more complex than that, and it takes a level of intelligence to discern between the two.
Right. Not everything is black and white. Sometimes shit's Hispanic, you know? But this begs the question of then where is the line? Where is this arbitrary line that everybody is supposed to agree on? This is where this conversation goes every single time. And DSP would know this if he knew fucking anything about online discourse. Where is the arbitrary line? What makes it okay and not okay? And why should I believe you when you say it? That's the conversation, and it kind of has to stop there.
There's some things that are fine. There's some things that are too far, and you have to have a level of discretion and a level of maturity and intelligence to know that. Most humans don't have it. Most humans are literal simpletons. They see black and white, right and wrong, good and evil, hero and villain, and they don't understand that life is actually so many layers of in-between gray mixed together. They're not smart enough to know. They just want to coast through life, duh. Tell me what to do. Tell me what to think. Do everything for me so I don't have to work hard or think hard or do anything difficult.
Describing his own audience, by the way, undeniably.
Just let me coast.
Also, yeah, humans. This is how humans behave. Yeah, actual alien talk. Unironically, I don't know if he is like caught on to the bit that people say he's an alien. He's a lesser life form from a different planet.
Well,
but
some people don't want to coast. Some people actually want to think for themselves and do for themselves. You know what I mean?
All right. Are we done? Are we done about this topic,
I really
DSP?
do feel 100%. I really do feel that it's this last generation.
It's these kids.
Online, was born with the internet the moment they were born.
And this is how I know he wasn't talking about me, because I didn't even have internet in my house till I was 12. So this doesn't apply to me. It probably applies to you, though, because you guys didn't struggle.
Been online the entire time. That's the generation that's
fucking NWAS.
Because they've never actually had to work. Everything is given to them. Instant gratification for any piece of information you want.
The current youth in America that are currently desperate for jobs and will never own a home. Yes, they were given everything, obviously. That's the problem. Clearly.
Is given to you instantly. You get
it's the damn iPad babies. I agree.
You get everything, data.
Also, yeah, fluctuating the ass, but this guy hasn't had a job in 20 fucking years. I actually struggle to think of something DSP hasn't had handed to him. His helicopter job was handed to him. Every dollar that he's received after his helicopter job was handed to him. Like even his parents paid for part of his college, so part of his college was handed to him for nothing, for nothing more than being their child. Is that not just getting everything? Whatever. We're just better than everyone. We always have been. What am I saying? Shout out Broside Phil with the 5, saying, man who preaches with me or against me says dichotomous thinking is bad. Hey, wow. You're not capable of the gymnastics that he's capable of, Broside. You wouldn't get it. Just imagine me, Atlas, smoking the cigarette like the Joker when I say that.
Electricity, safety, everything is just instant.
Holy fuck, Bode, you're right, too. His parents paid his taxes at 38 years old. That's incredible. Talk about getting a fucking handout and everything given to you. Literal taxes as a grown fucking man. A man that should have had children by that point. And I'm sorry. And I say should have had children, like, a normal person probably would have had a child throughout their lifetime, but that's not me saying he should have children. He should not. His lineage should stop. His bloodline is weak. It shouldn't have made it this far, if I'm being honest.
You don't even understand that if you disconnect from the internet, there's a world outside of it. Instead, you're stuck on the internet, offended all the time. What?
Kids these days can't even read. I think that's a multifaceted problem that I will not be addressing on the stream. Thank you. Detractors stop the bloodline. Yeah, biggest detractor W to ever be taken. Stripped one of the greatest joys of people's lives completely away from him. He'll never experience it.
Really stupid. I'm sorry I got triggered because I did. But I'm sorry I got triggered because I did. But I get offended when people get offended by common terms because you think, oh, society changed now. That's not allowed.
You get offended by common terms. So now it's based on rarity. If you say the word enough, now it's okay. If you just make them more common, I guess. Very cool. It's all about quantity, I guess. So if you just say it a bunch, you can say it forever. Okay, all right, okay. My cat just flopped over on the keyboard. I'm surprised everything didn't go to shit.
No. What happened is you're too simple-minded. You can't think past what a bunch of hate mob people on the internet said. You know, what is wrong with you? Just stop. Think for yourself. Act for yourself. Do for yourself. Stop trying to be someone who just wants to be accepted by everyone. I need to be so politically correct. That's ridiculous.
Who wants to be accepted by everyone? That has nothing to do with DSP using or not using slurs on stream.
Every moment that you're actually doing something, you're walking on eggshells because you're so afraid that someone's going to be offended by something you do. What? You crazy?
All right. Yeah, you've got to be crazy. Oh man. Thank you to ZOMG for the 50 knock, saying you are online 24/7 and you lose your shit the moment you lose power or internet. Yeah, it's grade A IMAX style projection, as someone called it earlier, which I like. IMAX projection. I heard somewhere earlier this week that they don't even like. I don't know if this is true now that I'm about to say it out loud, that like they can't make IMAX projectors anymore. Like we lost the technology or something. I guess I should have read into it more. I don't give a fuck about IMAX though. So that's where it stopped. Anyway, next DSP clip. Some of you were talking about it earlier in chat. Unfortunately, we're going to have to go back to talking about goddamn Pokemon cards, everyone's favorite. But luckily, DSP is perturbed, as I like to say.
Man, so here's the thing. We got some positive, great stuff to talk about today. We got some not so great stuff to talk about today. I want to give you the full updates. I don't want to keep you in the dark on anything.
They lost the schematics?
So
I think it's something to do with, like... I wish I could say. I want to say it has something to do with like the way that the parts were made back in the day, like those processes don't exist or something.
Keep everyone in line with what's going on. All right. So
I might be making that up. I might just be lying. I'm spreading
so massively
lies.
And positively supporting my content over the last week.
Massive positive style.
A box of Final Fantasy Magic the Gathering cards, even though it's expensive. I wanted to do something to kind of give back because people had said they love the card stuff. And this is one of the boxes.
Yeah, they love the card stuff.
And I was skeptical because
that's what they were
the price,
demanding.
But then people supported me so much, I said, let's just do it, right? So I ordered it a few days ago.
Oh, it is mostly schematics? All right, cool.
You know, fastest available, rush shipping and everything. It was supposed to be here yesterday during the day. So in the morning yesterday, I went out and physically got a box of Pitch Black so we would have cards to open during the day. But then I told you we have the Final Fantasy.
I went out of my way to get these cards for you, Rue.
Cards en route. They're coming, and they're supposed to arrive during the day. And if we get them, that's cool. We can open those too, because I think people are more excited for the Final Fantasy than for this, because we just opened a box of Pitch Black. Not to say that this is bad, but we did just see this set, right?
So hang on, we went out of our way and made a big deal about how we left the house and we went before the stream and, all of that bullshit for a box of cards that we're not even really interested in, that we've already opened. We did all that grandiose bullshit and self-sucking in order to just say that we really don't care. We already did this and move on. Incredible. What a good use of our time that was. Stink Blessing back at it again with another $20. Holy shit, dude. Let's see how he carries on this opinion change here. Hey, no longer do so because they no longer do so because the original designs, parts, and manufacturing capability have been lost for decades. Current IMAX 1570mm units are refurbished from old machines. They have incomplete blueprints, LOL. So there's your big lore rundown on IMAX, which has somehow become a focal point. This is a segment now. Shout out IMAX. I don't know that I've ever seen a single film in IMAX. I'm going to be honest. I don't even know why they make movies with IMAX in mind if this is the case. But big ups Inked Blessing for the 20 and the big IMAX propaganda. Thank you, thank you.
So yesterday,
this is what big IMAX wants you to think.
I got an update claiming, your Final Fantasy cards.
Yeah, you got to call the tech priests real for
IMAX.
IMAX.
They're not coming today anymore. They're coming tomorrow, which would be today, right? Okay, so what happened? No updates, no information, absolutely nothing updated at all. Just delayed. That's it. No, and it won't give me any more elaboration. It won't allow me to do anything. Basically, I'm stuck. My hands are tied.
My hands are tied.
Saying, well,
I can't get updates on my Pokemon cards,
really?
you guys.
I'm being told
this is life or death
right now, but not for TCG on Pokemon Center. Wonder what it could be. I'll queue up just to see. I doubt I'm going to get anything. 15-minute wait. We'll see what it is. I wonder what it is.
This is the level we're at, guys. This is what I was talking about earlier. We are literally willing to just queue into a website to even have the potential to get paper cards that do nothing. Like, it would be one thing if he was queuing up for like some sort of like revolutionary, like top of the end modern appliance or something that is going to make his life easier. He was queuing up for a car that he's really had his eye on, you know, because he's like a car enthusiast or something. This is for paper cards that do nothing. We're willing to fucking wait in line. Electronically wait in line, of course. I don't know that I've ever waited in an online queue for anything other than playing video games because the servers were full. I'm not fucking waiting in an online queue to buy anything. What are you talking about? Thank you, ZOMG, for the 20 knock, saying mailman confirmed detractor. Everybody is. It's the mailman, it's the FedEx driver, it's the DoorDash immigrants, it's the people at the restaurants, it's Comcast, it's the fucking power company, it's everybody under the sun. The HOA probably, they're detractors too.
Probably a new plushie or something, right? I was actually Helixification, I was on Pokemon Center this morning because what I'm going to do is every morning just check just in case. And it didn't have a queue. I guess
we are going on the website to check just in case. We don't even know what's going on, and we're checking in on the website. Like there's stocks or something.
You must have just went up a few minutes ago, right?
You'd think this guy was fucking day
trading.
trading.
Let me block that so I don't blind myself. We'll see what that queue is when it updates. Cool. Anyway. So there was no updates or anything all day yesterday, and they wouldn't allow me to do anything with this shit, man. I'm just stuck, right?
Yeah, totally not an addiction, real.
So it's now last night after my streams are over and everything, and I'm checking on it, and it says now, so they updated the status. Listen to this.
Listen to this. Get this. These fucking mailmen.
Since 3 a.m. yesterday, meaning they knew at 3 a.m. they didn't know where it was, but they decided to lie about it all day.
They were intentionally lying. This wasn't just a normal mishap that happens at workplaces where people are physically moving around that, you know, frequently have miscommunications between actual living human beings that are flawed or whatever. No, they're intentionally lying to DSP because they know it's going to affect the stream. They're literally detracting, dude.
Yeah, this is how reliable shipping and these companies are in the U.S., they're not at all. They completely lie.
Right.
Their own metrics and stuff.
Right.
So
it's almost like you should try and get as little, if you knew this, kind of like the fucking DoorDash that we did last week. If you have this experience frequently where the postal service is not getting you your packages, they're frequently delayed, they're losing them, this is happening and you understand this, it would make sense to me that you would just change your behavior and not get 100 things delivered to your fucking house on a weekly basis like DSP does. But instead, he just decides, I guess, to double down and order more shit. Congratulations.
When it finally updated, it said, yeah, we admit this thing's been lost since 3 a.m. And as of this morning, there's still no update.
Oh, my gosh, dude.
So
from 3 a.m. to 11:30, they didn't update his tracking information. Truly the end of the world.
I don't think I'm getting my box of Final Fantasy cards. It says I can't do anything until midnight tonight. And if I don't get an
fuck around and order more, real.
By midnight tonight, then I can apply for a refund. Oh, really?
So just fucking wait and shut up, you goddamn ignoramus. This is such a non-fucking topic if they literally just tell you, hey, if we don't figure it out, you can just get a refund later. It's a non-problem. This is a non-starter. The problem is self-solving, given time that is inevitable. What are we fucking doing, dude? Actually just complaining to complain. Yeah, at first world problems. Actual Karen fucking behavior, this guy. And he wonders why people don't like him. Thank you, Now Ronan, for the 10. Saying none of his cards have value, just like his game collection, until he sells, which most people or stores won't buy at market. Most stores buy at 60 to 70% of the market, so his collection means zero. Yeah, I wasn't even going to talk about his super robust old school gaming collection that he bought plastic for. Imagine that. And surprise, surprise, it's going to go in the closet. You know, the video games, the super rare old style gaming, retro style gaming collection that we pulled out of the closet and went out of our way to price. And he said mint, but that's not true. You can't mint it yourself. That doesn't make sense. Or grade. He used the word grade. You can't grade it yourself. That's not how it works. But all of it is going to go into plastic and literally go right back into the fucking closet. That was the game plan the whole time, was just to buy more plastic to put it away and never see it again. Awesome. Perfect.
My thing that's hundreds of dollars that you lost and lied about for over a day, now I can get a refund? Oh. It's interesting. So here's what I'm going to do.
He cleaned them with a magic eraser and completely scuffed them.
Okay.
I thought that that's what that would do when he was talking about it. He's like, I used rubbing alcohol and a magic eraser. And I wouldn't trust a magic eraser to not completely fuck the disc. Maybe that's the Atlas style paranoia, but that's whatever. Thank you to the Do for 2. Saying gas prices go up, but my cards are more important. Yeah, they're the biggest indicator of the economy, obviously. The Pokemon value.
I'm going to wait until around the second stream tonight. And if these do not arrive by the second stream tonight, it means they're not coming. And I'm just going to order another box. And I'm going to order.
We're just going to order more.
Source. I'm not going to
fuck around and order more
that
money.
Way, hopefully it's coming from a different, direction, location. It's not going to have the same problems. Okay. It's very frustrating.
It's coming from a different direction. Again, it's such an odd style way to call it, dude. Instead of coming from the east, it's actually coming from the southeast. So it'll never get lost now. Just a weird way to say things. Thank you, Waffle Bunny, for the 2, saying landfill style apartment. He's got a landfill style life. That's the lifestyle he chose, was that of a landfill. It's truly remarkable and incredible.
I wanted
Thank
to
you,
have
Waffle
this for
Bunny,
you
for the
guys
2.
yesterday, because you guys said you wanted it, and I want to give you what you want. People like Final Fantasy. They want to see me open this valuable box of cards, and they lost it. In fact, just for the sake of argument. Okay?
Now we're arguing.
Allow me
to
open up and check the tracking again.
Let's fucking not for a second. Shout out to Old Man Jenkins for the 5, saying, just so you know, magic erasers are really toxic. Yeah, just like me. So are most cleaners, but especially magic erasers. Vinegar and baking soda is all you need. Well, we went with rubbing alcohol and magic erasers. My cousins used to use toothpaste. I don't know if that's allowed. It seemed to be working for them, but I don't know how their discs would have held up over time. I apologize if you heard my phone just go off. I thought I had it on vibrate. Thank you for the 5, Old Man Jenkins.
To see if they've updated it.
Now we're actively tracking, we're actually checking our fucking package tracking. Live on stream, as if this is the biggest deal. This is what everybody comes for. Shout out to the Real Buckwell. Thank you for the 5, Real Buckwell, saying living room 2 is because living room 1 is dirty and broken. Instead of fixing it, they just moved into another room, which is typically what hoarders do. And I believe that's the truth. When he was talking about living room 2 and how they were doing it up with new furniture or whatever, he explicitly described living room 1 as old and outdated as the reason. So instead of just updating the TV and the sound system that he has in the living room and maybe getting a new couch, a new coffee table, just refreshing the fucking room, he decided to just move everything. He moved his de jure capital from the living room to the den, as we're calling it. Insane behavior. Nothing this guy does makes any sort of logical sense.
July 21st. That's the last instance that they know of where the package was, and they haven't seen it since. So, I'm sorry, guys. I tried my best. You know, I would have loved to have these for you today, and I still don't have it because they lost this package. You know, and it would be one thing if, like I told you guys yesterday, it was a bunch of nuts to feed the animals out back, and they cost like $15 a bag. This is hundreds of dollars, this box of Final Fantasy cards. So,
I forgot. They also managed to lose his squirrel feed or bird seed or whatever the fuck. Because this guy can't even be bothered to go to his local hardware store to get fucking critter food. I'm going to take that back. I'm not saying critter food. Bird seed. This guy can't even go to his local store to pick up fucking food for the outside animals. He has to order this shit online. You can't make this up. There's so much bird seed and like those bricks that you put in the feeders for squirrels. Like you can't go into stores without those like being on the side in one of the aisles, you know? But this guy has to order it online. Yeah, and he's already going to the pet store for hardware store. My hardware stores sell bird seed and shit. Anyway, he's already going to the pet store to get cat litter and to get iTunes gift cards and cat food. Why isn't he also fucking buying bird seed there or a squirrel feed or aardvark chow or whatever the fuck he's feeding out there?
Oh, they best give me my refund.
They best give it to me.
And I'm going to have to probably order another
Or
box.
what? You're going to sue?
What happens? Like I said, by the late stream, I think I may be able to order another box for tomorrow delivery. If not, hopefully Friday. Because this is stupid. I mean, you guys, basically this all happened on Sunday. Sunday, when I was playing Pal World.
The Lord's Day. We're concerned about the United States Postal Service not having his package being accurately tracked on Sunday, a day they don't even work, as far as I knew. I thought that the governmental employees were off on Sunday.
So
they don't deliver mail that day.
Wednesday, still don't have it. Probably not getting it. Now we're going to have to wait till Friday. It's like, this is stupid, you know?
I agree.
Anyway,
this is stupid.
I guess it is what it is. I'm not going to sit here and talk about it all day, but that's just so you know, that's why we don't have Final Fantasy cards today. We were supposed to have them yesterday, and you know, I can't make it. I cannot make people take their job seriously and do things in the right way. It's out of my control, despite the fact that you pay out the note.
He couldn't even, like, even if it was within his ability to do so, he wouldn't know the proper way to do any of those things because this guy hasn't worked a job in 20 years. He doesn't know how any of it works. None of the like hierarchies, none of the processes, as he would like to say that he used to do. He used to manage the processes back in the helicopter company. None of that would even be within his understanding. But we're gonna act as though simply because it's not possible, he can't make it so.
Those for stuff. Apparently, you still can't get any kind of good quality, right? Stupid.
Not government parcel delivery does happen Sundays, some locations.
Anyway, guys,
news to me. Thank you for the information. Shout out all my hardworking postal workers on Sunday. You should be at home, today, like it's Chick-fil-A or something.
I'm excited because today we're gonna have a good variety of gameplay.
Amazon works on Sundays. Amazon's not a real. It's not real. Like Amazon is, I think, the exception.
We're starting off with more.
They don't give a fuck if you live.
Resync, and that's going to be fun. Today we will go to the main story. For those who haven't been following, the actual last 2 times that we played Assassin's Creed, we've been doing new content, and I didn't even realize it. It was these new officer recruitment missions, which, you know, I wasn't even aware that they were new and in the game. I don't remember the game because I played it 13 years ago, you know? So that's cool that we did this new content, but now we're going to get back to the main storyline as of today. So that's cool. Hopefully
we love Ubi Slop.
You guys have a nice chill time with me, okay? And I owe you guys.
I've just noticed this. The Anthrax in the Magic cards. Great name. We love to see it. Digging the Mega Man hairline, King. Give your barber a raise. It does oddly look. It's got that Mega Man style shape, you know, helmet to it. This guy is kind of on one. He's got it. It's true. Shout out to Inked Blessing for the 10, who previously worked as a postal service member, saying, post office lore, we got Sundays off, and that was it. A few were lucky to have relief carriers, but it was uncommon. It was one of the most brutal jobs I've ever worked, and it is a private company. Oh, interesting. Thank you, Inked, for the 10 and the post office style lore. Shade Haxor with the 5, saying, I'm the USPS tractor. I found this open box of cards. Pulls a sweet cloud card. I might sell it to this guy who poops his pampers. No, you just got to reseal all of them after you take the good cards out. All the good hits, you've got to reseal and then sell it to him for a huge upcharge. And he's going to buy it. Hands down. It's too easy, man. Thank you, Shade Haxor, for the 5.
We played TCG, and remember when we played that, I would always say, oh, freebie pack of cards. However, we basically got like little to no support for the stream, and we basically stopped playing the game because it was boring. We reached the end. So I have a carryover pack. So during today's Assassin's Creed stream, if you guys support it, and we hit the first milestone of $100 of cumulative support, or if someone does a $50 contribution, that'll unlock a second pack, and we will do a DSP pack rips of Pitch Black cards here on the stream. Okay?
All right.
Good stuff.
Aren't you guys excited?
Right,
we could do a pack rip.
Eliza Pancake says, I bet one of the delivery service people stole your package.
Of course.
I don't know. Like I said,
this has got to be a LARPer. This is a troll just trying to rile him up. Come on. We're just feeding his paranoia.
Said, mysteriously disappears at 3:43 a.m. No one knows where it is. Keep in mind, that was not this morning. That was yesterday. So you're telling me this thing's been missing for 31 hours and no one has found it and knows where it is. It's a box of cards. You know what I mean?
It probably just looks like every other fucking box by now.
For the record, remember yesterday I told you that
right.
Remember I told you yesterday
that I'm desperately trying.
We had another package of nuts that went missing. They arrived.
Is that supposed to be some sort of gotcha? Is that are you guys who are keyed into DSP on another level? Are you having like a revelation right now? Is there like a historical montage playing in your brain where all of the yarn strings on the board are being connected? What are we fucking talking about?
The box that they put the nuts in was completely smashed and caved in on one side, and they delivered it like that.
Oh no.
Like, no lie, like the box was completely destroyed, and they just delivered it to our front door. Oh, here you go. Here's your package. Now, luckily, it was just nuts. No big deal. But imagine if there was something valuable in the box. They would have just delivered it like that. They didn't care.
Once again, this has been a talking point about getting things delivered since we've been getting things delivered, right? The fact that the boxes say fragile, and then the workers who don't feel like they're getting paid enough treat the boxes like shit because they're not theirs, and they move on with their day and they just slum their job out. If you know this, if this is a concern of yours, if this is an experience you're having in your area, why would you continue to order everything in your life through that same carrier, through the internet, through that postal service? It doesn't make sense. We're actively continuing to do things we disagree with and that we genuinely are concerned about simply so that we can complain about them on stream. That has to be what the point of it is. If this is what has led us here, that was the point.
Anyway,
I agree.
5 more minutes to see what they're queuing up for at Pokemon Center. I wonder
what
it is.
Wonder what it is.
We'll find out.
So excited.
Okay.
Gotta stall out the stream for 5 more minutes so that we can look at Pokemon cards. I know you guys are so excited. All right. Okay. I think we're quickly approaching the final stretch here. Final clip is going to be DSP complaining about the trolls more because, of course, the stream is named It's Everyone's Fault But His. So here's 5 more gifted for the end of the month because there will be no additional stream before the end.
Is this how you honor
the next stream will be on August 1st. So big ups. Hope you enjoyed all the free YouTube memberships, you guys. And of course the last clip right now.
Yeah, quite frankly, It's this simple. Billy Mitchell is a troll baiter. He wants you to engage with him so that he can basically get attention for himself and be pertinent. I know that he's tried to bring me up for stuff. I don't know why, but he has tried to bring me up and try to troll bait me into stuff. And I'm like, I don't know this guy. I've never said a word about him. I don't talk. Why would on earth would I engage with this guy? Right?
He's engaging with him right now, by the way. Like, he never seems to understand this, even though he outright acknowledges it, that simple acknowledgments like this, where you talk about them and you give them their own segment, is only feeding the fire. It's only giving the trolls what they want. That's exactly what he's doing right here, while claiming that he's never done that. He's never going to do that. He's not giving in.
Like, why would he bring...
Yes, Billy Mitchell, the Pac-Man guy, the hot sauce fella, the guy who worked with the Kino Casino to do a hot sauce collab. Which is probably, by the way, why he talked about DSP at all.
Bring me up because he thinks that engaging with me in some kind of an internet feud would give him some kind of notoriety or attention. Sure, if you say so. Well, I'm not interested. Sorry, I'm not interested at all.
All right. I like Jason's furry fanfic here on Kick saying, do you like BBC? This is a real, genuine, honest question. I'm going to believe. This is a real DSP fan. This is what really goes on in his chat. This is what he enjoys. You can't change my mind.
Okay.
All right.
Let's get set up, guys. The one bummer about today is we got to do Doors of Pharaohs, which is a labyrinth, and it's dark as shit, and I have no torches. And that's it. Like, I'm not going to grind for torches. I think I'm just going to run through in the dark and try to figure it out.
Great. Awesome. I'm sure that'll be a great visual experience for all of the people watching the stream. An incredibly dark fucking stream when YouTube notoriously has, they crunch the audio so that the black looks terrible. What a good idea.
Okay.
Yeah, he's torchless.
All right.
Anything is better than watching him grind for torches, though.
All right.
So I don't have it in here, but speaking of Dark Souls 2, I don't know if you guys heard, but he had to turn off invasions, the online capabilities at all, because people were invading him, and some of them were cheating, and they were not allowing him to win. So, of course, it had to go. He also has turned off that lighting mod multiple times now throughout the playthrough to get through sections. It almost makes me wonder why we had it on in the first place at all, if we were willing to just get rid of it at certain sections to make the game easier. You know, can you really call it the ray tracing playthrough or whatever the fuck he's calling it if he's actively turning it off? Yeah, gimmick only, but like, it's not even a good gimmick if you don't follow through on it. I'm doing a one-gun run, and then, you go, this boss was too hard, so I switched to my other weapon, but for the rest of the playthrough, I'm gonna go back to the one gun. Then you might as well have not uploaded the challenge run at all, Chief, let's be honest. Yeah, give him a break. It's only his third playthrough. You should
start a podcast like Joe Rogan, and eventually, as you get older, you'll shift to be a podcast guy. I would love that, except it'll never happen.
Yes. Incredibly tall and funny comedian Joe Rogan is illustrious podcast that everyone loves.
Because of the harassment that I and my viewers and people associated with me get online. That's the problem. If I wasn't such a logged guy, okay, if I wasn't such an A-logged guy all the time, then
Joe Rogan is one of the top 250 comedic assassins in the entire world. You're absolutely right, John Bono. My bad. That's why I said he's incredibly tall and incredibly funny.
I could actually have guests. I could actually do collabs. Again, I want to make this abundantly clear. 2 years ago, all right, I had a resurgence. I did. And I reached out to many parties,
so many parties,
big and small and in between. People who you know, people you don't know. People who, if I were to work with them, I would blow up. People who would blow up if they worked with me, they would get a bump.
People who would blow up if they worked with me. Okay, this is a genuine question for the audience. Let me know if you can think of one single individual who was ever better off having interacted with DSP. Somebody who came off with more clout, with more money, with more, I will even take life experience, life situation, anybody that did better after they had an interaction with DSP and then didn't immediately come crashing back down. PWR, no, not real. That guy cut himself and did coke on stream. Humongous downfall. And that is also the guy's fault, of course. Panda, but only after she left. That's what I'm saying is your interactions with DSP leave you destitute until you recover by yourself. Side scroller. Okay. All right. Okay. Sure. Side scrollers.
Between people you would never even.
All right. Side scrollers is fine. I'll take it. I was wrong. You were right.
Expect that I would work with. Okay. And I had conversations with them, very candid conversations about the kind of work we could do together and how it would work. There were people, I kid you not, they were like, that's actually a great idea. And man, I bet that would work and that would benefit both of us. That would be a great idea.
Yeah, they were glazing him in the chat.
However, you are one of the most harassed people on the internet.
And they totally said this, by the way, word for word. Oh, DSP, we would love to work with you. That would be so robust and meaningful because you're such a legendary content creator with such an incredible legacy. Ever since 2010 when you got fired from that helicopter company, we've been dying to work with you. But unfortunately, you're just a dumb idiot lolcow on the internet that nobody respects, and we really can't be associated.
We can't have that. We can't have that for our viewers. We can't have that for ourselves, our own families. We can't work with you and then 24 hours after have ourselves and all of our family members and friends and moderators and viewers doxxed on Kiwi Farms. We just can't have that level of risk.
Right.
Therefore, even though it has nothing to do with you, the answer is no. Okay? So as long as Kiwi Farms exists, as long as this entire generation...
Which it sounds like Kiwi Farm... Whoa, calm down. It sounds like Kiwi Farms is about to go a little more under the radar, a little more on the DL, possibly, potentially. So maybe there could be a 9,000th fucking DSP resurgence.
Of eternally online...
It's still on the table, you guys.
Until they get wiped somehow and finger snapped?
Until these people are eradicated off of the face of the planet, I will not find success. DSP, that's an incredible argument to make. I've heard many of people throughout history actually make that same argument. Again, if we're gonna follow this to the natural conclusion,
I can't do this kind of work. I wish I could. That's exactly the kind of stuff.
Until we have a detractor holocaust, I'm basically gonna be in the dumps. There's just no way about it, you guys.
Stuff that I would like to do. I would like to move away from just doing gaming.
Oh no, figured out some solutions. Okay. News to me.
Sadly,
shout out Raw Bill.
An entire generation of toxic, wasted individuals who all they want to do is harm people on the internet because they don't have a life of their own.
Right.
So until that changes. Could it change? Oh, it could. What we would need is actually have laws changed to make it all illegal. Then, overnight, there'd be policing of it. The websites would shut down. The harassment would be investigated. People would be fucking arrested. And then it would all go away.
People would be arrested. Oh, my God. This guy literally wants the internet Gestapo. He's looking for the internet SS. He needs it desperately to save his failing legacy here.
But sadly... right now,
he needed to be arrested, lined up on the wall. I don't even care if they face the wall. They can look me in the eyes when I do it. I don't give a fuck.
They don't do it at all. They ignore it. They act like it doesn't exist, even though most of the actions are actually illegal.
Yeah.
No one ever investigates.
The cyber police need to investigate.
With our current culture the way it is, nothing can be done. Culture has to change.
What was that shit that Wooly was into? That Canadian show? I'm struggling to remember the name of it. God damn it! It's about something like that. It was like CGI. You know what I'm talking about? Best Friends Enjoyers know what I'm talking about. Reboot. I'm thinking about Reboot. I don't even know if that's the plot to Reboot.
Then these people can be fucking investigated, arrested as appropriate, fucking tossed into jail cells where they don't have internet connections. Okay, and then we can all be normal on the internet. And
they need to be tossed into cells with no internet connections. DSP apparently completely unfamiliar with the influx of cell phones and technology into prisons that they can't fucking seem to stop. Dude, I promise you if you put all the detractors into prison, they undeniably would find themselves with a cell phone still detracting somehow. Someone would do it. They would manage, okay?
Have a good life. But sadly, it's not where we are right now. We're still in the, honestly, developmental stages of internet existence. You know,
we're in the developmental stages still, man.
And now we have this entire uncontrolled population of losers who just fucking sit there harassing people because they have no fucking lives for themselves.
Yep.
So, can't do anything about it. All right? I wish I could.
Yeah, dude, if DSP was in charge, it would be completely like it'd be unrecognizable from any other dictatorship throughout history that had mass casualties and like gulags or concentration camps or however you want to call the term. Like they would exist in mass, and the likelihood that you would get sent there would be pretty fucking high.
I did everything I humanly could. I reached out to the right individuals, and they were like, yeah, that sounds great, but I can't do it because I can't be harassed. I had people lined up who wanted to do interviews, and then when they realized my hater base, how bad it was, they were like, oh, I can't.
Yeah, I had people lined up to talk to me, and then they realized who I was and what I entail, and then they no longer wanted to do it. Right. I look, there's been plenty of girls interested in the Atlas in the past, and then they realized who I was as a person, and then they were no longer interested, and that's fine. I'm not gonna hold that against them. But it's such an odd thing to say, you know. It's a weird admission.
People who were going to do entire shows with me, nope, can't. You know, it sucks, but what can you do?
It sucks, and there's nothing you could do. We're literally hands in the air, you know, hands tied even. Nothing we could do. Everyone else's fault but ours. And with that, I think we're done here. I think we've said everything that needed to be said. We looked at all the things that I wanted to look at before I got here, and I think it's time for lunch, some yard work, and possibly some more Crusader Kings 3. So thank you all for showing up. I really appreciate all of your time, all of your funny chats, all of your super chats, your IMAX information, your stances on slurs. I appreciate it all. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Big ups. I hope you all have a blessed and safe rest of your weekend and work week. Big ups.